It's a really interesting point, isn't it? Because January you feel was going to be massive for us, and don't know where the budget is, and bring people in. You're going to have to get people out. Yeah. And Tedic can argue he hasn't been playing in his best position.
Absolutely, and so can his club. The club that's loaned him.
Yeah, there's also an element of the further we are away from playoffs when we get to January the 1st, that's a harder sell.
Yeah.
Whereas if you've got 4 points and you're looking like you could make the playoffs, it's an easier sell to bring people in. So we need a couple of results, which is why dropping 2 last week was disappointing. Because we've actually got further away. We need to just try and get that gap down to about 6 points, 4 points, and then I think we can attract a few players over January. But it is a big month.
No, absolutely. Look, I remember when I was doing the Championship, doing the EFL, and Aston Villa were in the bottom half. They were like 13th on March the 1st. Went on a great run, nicked into the playoffs, and then went up for the playoffs. So what I'm saying is that actually, at this moment in time, as long as we're within touching distance of the playoffs and we can get the right players in, I mean, that's going to be crucial, isn't it, Curbs? And how much is a part to play for this particular game in the Christmas period generally?
Yeah, because, I said when I first came in about Barnsley being 7th and just out of the playoffs. So is that a little bit of a marker? Where are we compared to Barnsley? So if we can get the 3 points today, not only is that a great result, but we're 4 points off of Barnsley, and, you're looking at them over the Christmas period, we might be able to catch them in the top 6. But, yeah, listen, the club should be, and I'm sure they are, looking at potential targets, even talking to clubs, agents, whatever, because as soon as that window opens up, it's going to be a scramble.
Well, you've been in this position before, not in League One, but in the Championship. How difficult is it to bring players in, and how important is it to as Brownie just mentioned there, that it does look like playoffs is a possibility. So look, come to us and help us get promoted.
Well, there's 2 things. If you're trying to buy a player, then invariably the other club or the other manager goes, look, I need to get my one in first. I can't even... You can have him, but I've got to get my man in first. So then you're waiting, and then they don't get their man in, then you've got to go somewhere else. So that's how it is at the time. You're getting phone calls all the time. It's full on. It is absolutely full on. But you've got to have your positions. So if you don't get number 1, you might get number 2. Hopefully you get the number 1 you want. All depends if you're buying, if you're loaning. If you're loaning, it may just be financial.
Yeah.
Loan fees, etc. I don't know if that's the case, but obviously in the Premier League and the Championship, there's loan fees involved and agents get involved, and it's nothing simple anymore. But it is hard work over Christmas, and Michael will lean heavily on the scouting side of it and the directors to make the calls.
Randy, we're 5 points from 3, the last 3 on the road.
Yeah.
What are we
against tough sides?
Yeah.
Portsmouth and Wigan were in there,
So what do we need to do? I mean, I'd say that's decent form, especially against those type of clubs.
So I tell you what we can't do, Scotty. We can't start like last week. We were really... It was a flat first half. It was not... There wasn't the tempo. I just want to see us get into a team. First 10 minutes. Actually tear into somebody. Put them on the back foot with a tempo that stuns them. I don't want to see a real slow start and a real poor first 45 minutes, which is what we had to endure last weekend.
OK, remember, if you haven't already, please get your Match Pass streaming right now. £10 to see how we get on up at Barnsley. Time to hand over to this afternoon's commentary team, Terry Smith. And good afternoon, Greg.
Cheers, Scott. Thank you very much. It's good to have your company here at Oakwell. Scott, thank you, Curbs, thank you, Brownie, and alongside me, by special permission from the studio, here's Mr. Greg Stubley. He's dispensed with his card and he's got his coat back on, and he's alongside me. Greg, well, this boy said it in the studio. How important is this afternoon?
Yeah, very good to be with you again, Tel. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll make another appearance in the Charlton TV studio. I don't think they can afford the makeup department for me again, as much as I did enjoy my time there. But yeah, certainly is an important one today. The difference between the 2 sides in the league, especially if Barnsley win today, creates another gap. It's Barnsley on even in the playoffs at this moment in time. So an important one for Charlton today to try and get something away here at Oakwell.
We're underway, and Barnsley we come forward down our left-hand side, their right, but the header is on the far side comfortably into Maynard-Brewer, and there's Hector in front of you on the right side of the penalty area. To the left is Thomas, further left is Edun, inside to Fraser. Fraser. It's picked up by Campbell on this left-hand side. Ahead of him, Edun making a run. Little touch into the path of Blackett-Taylor, who's on a run down that left-hand side. Blackett-Taylor, ball into the box, a deep one, just beyond Alfie May. Who has to scamper backwards to retrieve the ball for Charlton on the right side of the penalty area. Outside of him is Watson. Watson on the overlap. Gets the ball across. It's a lofted ball, which again goes behind Blackett-Taylor. Charlton still in possession. Back to Edun. Edun cuts inside. Little ball into the penalty area to Tedic. Back out to look for Blackett-Taylor. It's an interception coming in there, but Charlton on the front foot. We have a throw in the left-hand corner.
Two lovely bits of play, Tel, but ended up with overhit crosses on both sides. First of all, it was Jem Campbell drove forward, found Edun, lovely ball forward to Blackett-Taylor, cross to the far post, overhit, looking towards Alfie May. Tedic made a near post run. I was expecting that ball to be low towards him, and then on the opposite side, May managing to find Tanae Watson on the overlap. Watson again just looking for that far post cross, and everyone sort of ran towards the 6-yard box, and no one sort of hang around at the back post. Good start from Charlton.
To Campbell from Edun, blocked again on that right-hand side, this time by Phillips. Charlton have another throw, similar position, about 10 yards away from the corner flag. Edun goes back to Thomas. Thomas all the way back to Hector on the halfway line. And touch inside to Dobson. Dobson on a little bit of a run, he's taken out in a central position by Connell. Charlton have a free kick. Fraser quickly to Campbell on the left side. Further left is Blackett-Taylor looking to take on O'Keefe. Still Blackett-Taylor. Outside of him is Campbell. Inside is Edun. Back to Blackett-Taylor in the penalty area. He turns. Little touch right to Fraser. Can he get his shot away? Can. Blocked away. And Thomas tidies up for Charlton. Left to Campbell. Touches inside. Good footwork from Campbell. Still on the ball. Out to Edun. Inside to Blackett-Taylor. He looked for Blackett-Taylor, but it's intercepted by Williams, and Barnsley have a rare touch of the ball, but the keeper's ball out goes straight to Dobson. To his left is Edun. Further left, Jem Campbell looking to take on O'Keefe, cuts inside, ball to Blackett-Taylor. Left corner of the penalty area, Blackett-Taylor. This time held up, but back to Edun, draws it across. Roberts with a safe pair of hands plucks it out of the air. Barnsley can breathe a little, because Charlton have certainly been on the front foot in the opening 3 minutes here.
Yeah, playing with intensity, Charlton. First touch football. It's a lovely interchange from the free kick taken that eventually ended up with Scott Fraser. And it's a shame he had to take a touch on his left foot to just get it onto his favoured side. He rolled the ball and then allowed Barnsley just to push up a little bit to close it down. But it was in a decent position. And certainly Charlton in the first 3.5 minutes have looked to be attacking. They've not been afraid to send bodies forward.
Goal kick sails out of play. Throw back to Maynard-Brewer. Swings it forward under a bit of pressure from Cosgrove, so couldn't direct it anywhere in particular. Just an out ball. Barnsley have it back. We can't. On the left side of their centre half. Ball forward by Cosgrove. There's something on it, but Campbell can pick up the pieces. Just left side of midfield. Guides it back to Edun. Work from Campbell. And, Williams steps in, puts the ball out of play. Charlton have a throw, 10 yards, maybe a little bit more than that, inside the Charlton half on the left-hand side.
He's coming into this game with confidence, Jem Campbell, after his goal at the weekend. He obviously hasn't had a lot of opportunities under Michael Appleton, but very early on in his Charlton career, he certainly looked like a player who could make a difference. These are the sort of games where you can make a name for yourself and potentially become a regular.
Campbell again was the out ball, and back to Dobson, who releases Blackett-Taylor on the left-hand side. He's gone past Williams, ball into the box, looking for Tedic, headed away, only as far as Watson, out to Fraser. Left corner of the penalty area, Fraser, back to Dobson. Dobson on a reverse ball, back to Fraser again, but it's headed clear, only as far as Blackett-Taylor, who just got caught in possession by Connell, and Barnsley clear it away, but with no certainty. The ball retrieved by Maynard-Brewer. Just tees up Hector. To his left is Thomas. Charlton remain in the ascendancy in the opening 5 minutes here. Fraser forward to Blackett-Taylor. Back to Scott Fraser on the halfway. Lifted into the path of Campbell, but he just waited for it. It got taken out by Williams, but the crossfield interception almost picked out May. It needed Dodgson to rescue the situation for Barnsley. All forward up to Cosgrove. He flicks it on. Nobody's there other than Teo Edun. Calmly slots it back to Maynard-Brewer. So he's got Watson away on the right-hand side. May ahead of him, but that ball is blocked, so it goes back inside to Hector. Charles Thomas to his left. Further left, Teo Edun. Campbell coming inside, but again, that pass is blocked, so Charles Thomas receives it back. Forward to Fraser. facing the Charlton goal, goes back to Edun, ball inside. Blackett-Taylor trying to turn away from Williams and then pick out Campbell, but he just overshot the pass. It's away for a Barnsley throw, a couple of yards inside their own half on their right-hand side.
Yeah, it's funny, on the journey up here, I said about Corey Blackett-Taylor against 3-5 teams that play a 3-5-2, and sometimes they double up on him and make it difficult. Barnsley have Jordan Williams, right-sided centre-half, who's naturally a right-back, and then Corey O'Keefe ahead of him, but both of them so far have been unable to really get to grips with Blackett-Taylor's movement at the moment. He's had a lot of free space and just let himself down by a couple of crosses that haven't reached a Charlton player.
Vignay gets to the throw and launches it forward, but it's tidied up by Charlton. It's Dobson trying to send Blackett-Taylor away on the left-hand side. Williams goes back and they mix up between them, and it's Blackett-Taylor into the penalty area. Corey Blackett-Taylor with the shot into the side netting. Did it take a deflection? Not according to the officials. It's a goal kick.
It's a glorious chance to confusion in the back line.
Vigny and Williams have got in each other's way.
I just wonder, Blackett-Taylor, if he had noticed May in the middle, I've got the benefit of replays from where we are today because of Wi-Fi issues, but it certainly looked like there were options there for Blackett-Taylor to perhaps square it. In the end, tried to slot in at the near post and it hits the side netting. It's a glorious chance, and Charlton in these opening 7 minutes of just a bit of anxiety here. Well,
Combination of Cosgrove and Cole trying to send the ball away down the Charlton left-hand side, but Edun read that and got back and got his clearance. Cleverly or otherwise, with Phillips and Charlton had a throw. He takes himself back to Thomas. And forward to Fraser. Touches it past his man, but then runs out of room on that left-hand side. Got past Cole initially, but ran out of room on that left, and Barnsley had a throw. So they're quite low down and quite a distance away, but no, actually it's O'Keefe who's going to take the throw. Barnsley right, throws into Kane. He's touched the ball in his half. Back and across to McCart. Williams on the right, back to Vignay. Charlton pressing well. Tedic working hard, forcing the ball back to the keeper. Sends it up in the air. Hector meets it first, but Tedic can't go for that, coming back from an offside position, so Williams will clear it forward. Up to Phillips. Phillips out right to O'Keefe. Cuts inside and across to Kane. Further left now is Dodgson as Barnsley come forward menacingly for the first time. Watson blocks his path. Fans want a foul. Referee thinks otherwise. It's tidied up at the back here by McCart to Roberts.
I'll tell you what, Brown Tedic has just thrown his almost a kind of punching motion towards Vignay, and he's got away with not making much contact with the Barnsley centre-half. He was right in front of the assistant referee. He was getting frustrated because he was having his shirt pulled by the centre-back.
Campbell almost picking up the clean header from Hector after Barnsley launches the ball forward, but just misses out. And O'Keefe sends the ball forward for Barnsley this time to Phillips on the right-hand side. Ball across the box. It's a dangerous one. Nobody in a red shirt close to it though. Terry Watson will pick it up for Charlton on the right corner. Sends it down the line. Tedic coming across, well, just challenged with his elbow again, or his arm raised up, I should say again. Clashes with McCart. They're all friendly handshakes afterwards. Barnsley have a free kick to be taken quickly. It's Williams in the central position for Barnsley in their own half. Now bringing it forward into the centre circle, goes left, looking for Dodgson. Watson wins the header well and finds May in front of him. Alfie May bringing it forward. He's got Blackett-Taylor in space on the left-hand side. Corey Blackett-Taylor controls. Can he get past Williams? Finds Tedic. Blackett-Taylor went down. He was looking for something, I think. I couldn't see there were bodies in the way. Referee again ignoring any protests. And Barnsley having in their right-hand side with O'Keefe. Williams back to his keeper. Well, out of possession as well as in it at the moment. But I didn't quite see whether Blackett-Taylor got balked there. He certainly claimed something.
Well, they're not letting Barnsley settle in the middle of midfield. Just as I say, they drift into position through their centre-half, but certainly midfield three of Phillips, Connell and Kane, who are very good players on the ball, like the ball to feet. They've struggled to get any sort of possession for Barnsley so far.
It's McCart bringing it forward for Barnsley, all the way into the Charlton half, right to Phillips, who takes the shot down to Maynard-Brewer's right-hand side, I think let it go. I think he pulled his hand away at the last minute, realised it was going wide. And Charlton will have a goal kick. First real Barnsley shot on goal.
Well, they've noticed that exact thing where Charlton almost man for man marking that midfield three. So Kane's being marked by Dobson, Fraser's marking Phillips, and Chem Campbell's man marking Connell, really trying to deny Barnsley the opportunity to play through the middle. But that allows the back three to drift forward into that vacant space, and I think on that time it was McCart who did so.
Tedic gets the goal kick, tries to chest it back to Campbell, but doesn't quite reach him. Dodgson picks it up for Barnsley, but that ball forwards picked off by Hector. Dobson in support, back to Watson. Hector behind. Cosgrove stopping the ball back to Maynard-Brewer, so it goes back out to Watson. Ball down the line's a good one to Alfie May, who's in space. Turns, running at the Barnsley defence. Still Alfie May. Might take a shot here, Alfie May. Does so, just screws it wide. But having me said that was Barnsley's first shot, that's probably Charlton's first shot on goal, but it doesn't tell the story of the game. Well, in the opening 11.5 minutes here, it's been mostly Charlton.
No, we had the great chance for Blackett-Taylor when he hit the side netting from the effort in the penalty area, but certainly Charlton needs to try and make these moments count now. Barnsley, you expect, will grow into this game, but Charlton in the first 12 minutes have been the better side, and especially going forward. Chem Campbell's looking quite lively in midfield and offering that bit of support towards Tedic that maybe we were lacking in the last few games prior to his reappearance in the Cambridge match. I certainly feel like Charlton at the moment look like a side that's got a bit of confidence about them, which we haven't seen in recent weeks.
I mentioned a stat to Mike Appleton before the game, but Barnsley have lost 5 games, 4 of them have been here at Oakwell, so there might be a little bit of nervousness, and you sense a little bit amongst the crowd in the opening 12 minutes that they haven't seen the best of Barnsley here, I think, at Oakwell that often. So if Charlton can continue this and get about it and even get our noses in front, then who knows? But at the moment, the ball's cleared forward by Barnsley. You want into Charlton's left-hand corner. It's Tayo Edun almost by the corner flag with the throw.
But it's expectation levels as well. They were in the playoff final, very close to getting to the Championship again. 1-7-0 in the first game of the season.
It's picked off inside, and Kane tries to tee it up into the penalty area. It's well defended by Thomas. Clears it forward, but nobody in a Charlton shirt close by. Charlton in the white today. White shirts, black shorts, white socks. As McCart tries to swing it across to the left-hand side. Edun, great header, picks out Blackett-Taylor with that header. Heavy touch from Blackett-Taylor. It's allowed Kane to tackle, but Charlton still in possession with Fraser. Scott Fraser coming forward, out to his left is Campbell. He's left that pass woefully short though, and Williams with the challenge puts it out for a Charlton throw.
Two bits of unforced errors there, Tel. First of all, Blackett-Taylor's touch was heavy. If he'd been able to get past Connell, then Barnsley were really outnumbered. Then Fraser did well to pick up the second ball, drove forward, but it was an almost lazy pass towards Chem Campbell on the left-hand side. I thought he had a bit more space, and he actually did, and the move was wasted in the end.
Dobson to Fraser on the left, just on the halfway line. Fraser bringing it across field. Hector in support, just a little bit behind. Watson available to his right, being pressed now. Goes down the line into the channel, looking for Tedic, headed away by McCart. It's now with Dodgson. Forced down by Dobson, illegally according to the official. And Barnsley will have a free kick just beyond halfway inside their own half on the left-hand side. We've played 14.5 minutes. Goalless here at Oakwell. It's a decent crowd, their capacity of just over 23,000. We're not going to get near that. There's lots of empty space. A decent travelling of Charlton fans away to our left in the Barry Murphy stand. The stand we're in is almost empty. I think it was closed to the left side, has been closed to supporters for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure. As Roberts takes the free kick for Barnsley, swings it across field. Blackett-Taylor can't get there. But, the ball runs to Terrell Thomas. This ball forward though, straight to Connell. To his left is Kane. He brings it forward. Kane shooting up shooting position. He's trying to give it to Cole, but he loses possession. And the ball back from Campbell has gone straight to a red shirt, and it's Cosgrove in the box. That's an important challenge coming in there from Hector. Needed to make it. Cosgrove stays down. Hector looks at him with disdain to say that was a perfectly good tackle, and certainly at first glance it looked like a good tackle. Referee agrees, but he wants to see if Cosgrove is injured and holds play up.
Yeah, again,
I'm not sure why. It wasn't a head injury.
Yeah, first viewing it from our angle, it looked like there might have been a touch on the ball from Hector. Cosgrove's not happy at all with the Charlton centre half though, so one for the guys to talk about at half time perhaps. But Charlton guilty of again another unforced error. Jim Campbell trying to find Fraser. I think Fraser perhaps thought there was someone behind him in a better position to receive the pass, so let it go, and Barnsley should have done better with that chance.
Well, Cosgrove's up and there's nothing wrong with him, and Charlton bench rightfully asking why he stopped play, and Charlton are going to get the ball back.
It wasn't a head injury. No,
Charlton were on the break. Well, not break is probably stretching the point a little bit, but Charlton certainly had possession of the ball going forward, and can't really understand why the referee stopped proceedings.
Yeah, I can understand the frustration there. That Charlton also felt that Alfie May was being held off the ball, which he may well have done. I don't think an official could have spotted that though in the build-up to that opportunity.
Well, we're back underway. It's Terrell Thomas on the left side of the Charlton penalty area. Ball forward again, just manages to pick up Fraser. Looked a little short at first glance, but Charlton had possession, and it's across to Hector on the right. Tony Watson coming out further right. Alfie May coming short, but Watson instead goes back inside to Hector. Across to Thomas once more. A little touch forward to Fraser. Fraser being penned backwards by O'Keefe. Forced back to Maynard-Brewer. He's got Cole coming close, so sends it away down the left-hand side. Headed infield by Williams. Got slightly lucky that it went straight to Connell. And it's O'Keefe bringing it forward. Back inside to O'Connell. Still inside the Barnsley half just, and across to McCart. Let's get Dodgson out here on the left-hand side. McCart instead chooses to go back and inside to Dujavigny. And to the right is Williams. Inside the Charlton half now, Williams. No real options ahead of him, so goes back to Dujavigny once more. Across to McCart. A few restless murmurs from the Barnsley crowd. Kane goes back to McCart. Back inside to Dujavigny once more. His ball forward. It's a good one to pick out Phillips. And to the right, yes, that's a great tackle on O'Keefe by, I think it was Edun. Blackett Taylor now on the left-hand side. Edun ahead, as is Campbell. It's Campbell on the left in space. Chem Campbell into the penalty area. Chem Campbell on his right foot takes a shot. Didn't get enough power on it. It was quite easy in the end for Roberts. Releases it quickly to Dodgson on the left. The Barnsley left. Inside to Kane. Barnsley fans wanted him to push on. Instead goes back inside to Kane, who goes across to Phillips. He goes back to Williams as Charlton are behind the ball again. Across to McCart. Still inside the Barnsley half, now bringing it forward to the halfway line. McCart, unchallenged so far, now tries to switch it across and does so to O'Keefe. O'Keefe with Blackett Taylor tracking back. Inside it comes to O'Connell. Urged to shoot, but he's closed down by Dobson, who gets a tackle in. And McCart, facing the wrong way, loops it over his head, which Tony Watson gets to first, but his header straight to Williams. And Dujavigny takes over.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to that Charlton chance tell where Chem Campbell cut inside onto his right foot. Just needed more power. I think he said it was a bit of a tame effort in the end, because if there was more power on that, there was Charlton bodies in front of the goalkeeper.
Dujavigny striding forward out of defence, goes right to Phillips. Further right, O'Keefe. Cuts inside Edun, still O'Keefe. Across to Kane, in a central position, takes the shot. Oh, it's a save from Maynard-Brewer.
Wow.
Well, I think the last time we were here, was it Kane who hit an absolute screamer? Certainly somebody did, an absolute screamer in the top corner. It looked like history might be repeating itself, but Maynard-Brewer tipped the effort over the left corner of underneath his crossbar. It'll be a corner to Barnsley. It's a cracking save from the Charlton keeper.
Fantastic save, Tel. And you're right, this place seems to deliver screamers for Barnsley against us, and that one just bobbled up for Kane, who hit it superbly.
It was at that end as well, I think.
It was indeed, and Maynard-Brewer stretching with his left hand towards the top corner. A vital fingertip save, Barnsley corner.
Swung in from their right-hand side. It's a deep one. Oh, it's almost caught Maynard-Brewer out. Is there any wind there? I can't see any wind, so it seemed like it sort of spun and flew somehow across from right to left, and in the end, Maynard-Brewer just had to see it over the crossbar and onto the roof of the net. It's a goal kick.
Those saves are vital. Charlton have been the better side, but that's what I mean. When you've been on top, you need to get that goal. You need to take your chances, because teams like Barnsley, who have that bit of quality with Herbie Kane, and they make you pay. It was out of nothing. A wonderful strike. Maynard-Brewer forced into a save. First save of the match for him, and what a wonderful one it was as well.
Terrell Thomas to Dobson, who swings it out here on this right-hand side to Alfie May. He's got a little bit of space. Tedic making a run ahead of him. May cuts inside. Still Alfie May running across the pitch. Dobson in support. Out to the left side is Edun. Edun with Campbell away on the left-hand side. Campbell had to scamper a bit further than he wanted to, but he picks up possession just in the left-hand corner. Fraser in support behind. Fraser cross into the box, too deep for everybody. Alfie May even can't scamper across to retrieve that one. It'll drift out of play for a Barnsley throw, 5 yards or so away from the left-hand corner flag.
Once again, an overhit cross. I don't know if we're trying to look for that far post and looking for the likes of May to maybe scamper in and Blackett-Taylor opposite side, but it's the third one we've looked towards the far post and overhit.
McCart comes across to take the throw, just right behind a girder in front of me, down the line. Dodgson with a further header on. Cosgrove comes short for it, little touch to Cole, but it's a foot in from Hector, wins it back for Charlton. Ball inside to Dobson. Campbell takes over. It's a little treble combination between the two of them and Fraser. Releases Edun in the centre circle, just puts his foot on it, looking for options. Terrell Thomas behind now, sends the ball forward, asking Alfie May to chase it. McCart will get there first, but his header goes straight to Alfie May, who just checked his run, and May taken out by Connell. Stayed down, May, and that, I think, is a head injury. And Alfie May looks quizzically at the referee, asking why there wasn't a foul there.
Yeah, it was a clumsy challenge by Connell. He probably did get the ball, it's whether he went through May first to get to it, but certainly maybe a case there for Charlton to complain. But yeah, Barnsley have the crowd a bit restless here. Certainly getting a bit of anxiety from them. Maybe that recent record here is just dwelling on their minds a little bit.
Connell is it's just Connell, I beg his pardon. Connell is livid with the referee for some reason. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's because the referee is going to give this ball to Charlton, I think, which is curious, because I'm sure Barnsley had possession, and as you can see from the reaction of the crowd, unless he's going to ask George Dobson to give it back to Barnsley. No, it's Charlton's possession. Dobson rather graciously puts it straight out of play, but I don't think that was his intention. Curious that from the referee. Barnsley have a throw.
Well, if it was Charlton's ball, then Dobson should have been allowed a bit more space than he actually got.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's all a bit weird, that.
Very strange. Oh, ball across Alfie May, almost picked off McCart. Manages to get it out to Dodgson, who sends the ball forward. Fraser, head up in the air, and it's dropped kindly for Cosgrove. Inside of him is Phillips, across out, looking for Kane, but that might have too much on it. Kane pursuing it, and it does have too much on it. Oh no, not according to the officials. Kane keeps it in. Dobson can't believe it. Ball back across the penalty area and finished by Phillips. Charlton are absolutely incensed with that, as to why that wasn't ruled out with the ball over the line. We don't get replays here, so we can't see. But George Dobson is absolutely incensed. And Barnsley are 1-0 up.
So I don't think the ball does go out. I don't think it does. I think Dobson just assumes that. I mean, again, it's maybe slightly tougher for us to tell from our angle, but my first thoughts was that Dobson is unaware that Kane's off the pitch, thinks Kane's long gone, waits for it to go out, and Kane stretches his foot, keeps it on, and everyone stops. Charlton's defence stops, everyone stops, but Kane's allowed to drift into the penalty area. And 24 minutes of hard work for Charlton, just been undone by a mistake.
Well, the guys in the studio will probably have a better understanding of whether that was in or out. I suppose the rule is, if it's not out, if you're not sure, you've just got to play it. You can't. We got caught out a couple of times last week by thinking the ball was going out and it wasn't, and this time we've been punished in the hardest possible way. Barnsley take the lead, and with that, I'll hand you over to Greg Stubley to lead commentate the rest of this first half.
Yeah, cheers, Terry. As I said, a hot half that Charlton have enjoyed up until that moment. Ball probably, I've just seen a screenshot, ball did look out in the end. I can understand Dobson's frustration because of that. Charlton put the game back underway and in possession with their captain, looking for immediate response. Looks to switch the play across to May, it's headed away. Cole trying to run forward, and Rust has just come down off the stands and nearly hit us.
I think I now understand why they closed the stand. That's half of it just fell down.
The referee wants a word with Michael Appleton, who maybe has seen the same screenshot I've just seen.
He's going to get booked for it as well.
It's the first booking for Michael Appleton since he's been in charge at Charlton. You can understand his frustration. You can certainly understand. I think it was actually Maynard-Brewer who got booked as well.
Well, I'm sure Michael had something to say after the game. Tony Watson having his shirt virtually up by his throat, and the referee's looking straight at it. Allows it to carry on. Charlton have a throw, but very curious. Referee this evening, Simon Mather. Throw goes back to Hector, inside to Dobson.
Dobson brings it away. Inside is Fraser. Instead will go long, looking for May. And it does get to the ball. Needs a bit of support. Down the line is Chem Campbell. Tanae Watson, close attendance. Fraser's inside as well. Cross comes in towards the far post. Find Edun. Lovely ball, finds Blackett-Taylor. Ball across is blocked by Williams, and Charlton will have the corner.
Yeah, it's nice movement. Nice movement to release Blackett-Taylor in the first place, but also on this right-hand side. Charlton finding spaces. Need to do more of that and get back on level terms as quickly as possible. Short corner.
Blackett-Taylor inside to Dobson. Dobson forward to Fraser. Out left is Blackett-Taylor again. It's good responses from Charlton. Can they score a goal from it? Blackett-Taylor with 2 for company. Ball goes back to Williams, who clears it forward. Dobson in possession again for Charlton. Out to left to Chem Campbell. Inside is Fraser. Back to Edun, and now Hector. Forward towards the far post, looking for Dobson. Heads it back inside. Campbell with a spectacular overhead kick, which can't find the target.
Yeah,
looking for the response straight away.
Worth a go. Ball headed back from Dobson, just went behind Chem Campbell, so he had to sort of readjust his body and went. It looked spectacular, but I think it was the only option open to him once the ball had gone behind him. Sadly, couldn't get. There probably wasn't enough height on the ball for it to come off. But as you say, good response from Charlton. I feel really aggrieved by being a goal down at the minute.
Yeah, the angle I've been sent of the replay, kind of similar to our angle, but a little bit more over the top of it. It certainly looks out from that angle.
I think that's the referee's responsibility. I mean, they've got to give some deference to the assistant over on the far side. He'd have had the 2 goalposts and Dobson in between him and the ball, so it has to be the referee that can see that, and the linesman here potentially on this Charlton right-hand side.
It was only Herbie Kane who didn't stop. Yeah, everyone stopped, including other Barnsley players, and it wasn't until Kane found Phillips to convert. And we can talk about it all day long, but sadly it means not going to change, and Charlton are 1-0 behind. And it's the Addicts who will have the throw on the left-hand side. Throw down the line has been headed out of play, and Tayo Edun will take. Charlton have come from behind to win under Michael Appleton. It wasn't a record that we managed to achieve last season, but certainly this season, in moments that Charlton come from behind. It's Fraser across to Tanae Watson. Alfie May is down the line. Goes back to Watson. Inside to Hector, and across to Terrell Thomas. Finds Edun. Inside to Fraser. There's time. Looks to his right to Hector. Now Watson. May makes a run down the line. Dodgson is there for Barnsley to head forward to Herbie Kane. Forward, looks for Cosgrove over here.
Story of 2 football, one under hit, one over hit. If Watson's ball had just had a bit more on it, May was away. And fortunately for Charlton, Kane's had too much on it, and Cosgrove couldn't get there.
Then back to Thomas, and now Dobson. Out to the right to Tanae Watson. Back to Hector. To his left is Thomas, and now Edun. Fraser inside, and Fraser can turn. Look forward. All inside finds Dobson. Back to Fraser again. Still Charlton looking to build. Fraser with a cross. Tedic trying to get across his man. And is headed away, but out of play for a Charlton corner.
Good football again from Charlton. Lovely cross from Scott Fraser. And Tedic wasn't a million miles away from that. Needed a good header to concede the corner. And Charlton have really responded well to that goal, to be honest. They've carried on where they left off before the goal, being in the ascendancy. And hopefully we can actually capitalise on this ascendancy.
Fraser's going to take the corner. Left-footed outswing. Swung in towards Tanae Watson, headed away. And as far as Blackett-Taylor, out to the right towards Dobson. Dobson, who has Chem Campbell down the line. Campbell gets to it, now needs support. And forced out. Goes back to Hector. Inside is Fraser. Now Hector again, across to Edun.
I mean, you can hear the crowd. They're 1-0 up and they're still anxious.
Edun across to Dobson. That's a lovely ball. Dobson with options in the middle. One of them being Tanae Watson across goal and parried away by Roberts. May trying to get there and Barnsley scramble it clear.
Oh, he's given a goal kick. What's that?
Oh, goal kick's been given.
How did he get given that? That's quite astounding. Alfie May is absolutely... He's just inconsolable with that. Oh well, unless there's something I can't see or anybody else at the stadium can see. Williams clearly hoofed that out in front of Alfie May. That's just
Charlton not getting a bit of luck there. That was a clearance from Williams, but the goal kick's been given and Virginia goes long looking for Cosgrove. And now Charlton have the goal kick. And Michael Appleton, who's already been booked.
He sat down as Richie to...
he's now his assistant Rich O'Donnell to have
a go instead, because he'll get in serious trouble. He must be biting his nails and just biting down on his hands so he doesn't say anything.
Maynard-Brewer goes long towards Blackett-Taylor. Controls it, but it falls to O'Keefe. Tries to get beyond Edun, falls to the floor, wants a free kick, nothing given.
Goalkeeper's down for Barnsley. You said before that Roberts had been injured.
Yeah, it only just back from injury.
The referee's not stopping the game, which is strange. Now he has.
Which won't please Charlton any further. We will have a stoppage. An opportunity for Charlton to have a word with Michael Appleton in the boss, and to be honest, they haven't done an awful lot wrong in this half. And
I have, obviously I have a reputation and I know that, but the officials here are not exactly covering themselves in glory, I think I have to say, for either side.
And I think they're helping your patience is probably...
It's stretching. You mentioned before the game, I think that Roberts just missed last week because of injury, and maybe that injury has resurfaced because he's currently on the ground having his hamstring stretched. But Charlton need to refocus, of course. They'll feel aggrieved, not just by the goal, but a few other issues that have gone against them, despite the fact that Charlton have certainly been the better side in the opening half an hour, 35 minutes coming up to it. So they've got to refocus, and they have, to their credit, they haven't let that get to them since the goal, and have been a better side again, the other side of it.
Yeah, you do have to feel sorry for Dobson. He's not happy. He's still discussing with his manager now. Kind of put his arm round him, fired up after that decision, but Roberts is back to his feet. I'm not sure how long he'll last because he doesn't look too comfortable.
Well, Charlton have possession, so given what's gone on before, he'll probably give this ball back to Barnsley.
Well, it did happen earlier with Charlton, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll wait and see. Play will continue again in a minute. Roberts is okay to continue. Ben Killip, who has been his replacement of late, is on the bench.
Well, Michael Appleton's decided not to join his hand. He's definitely having a go again now. This opening 35 minutes certainly tested him.
As play restarts, Michael Hector across to Tanae Watson. Ball forward looking for Tedic, is controlled by McCart. Inside is Williams, who can drift forward. The Barnsley captain inside the Charlton half. Now Phillips down the line to Cosgrove, out to O'Keefe. Uses Connell behind him. Connell with the ball forward. Fraser with the challenge, a fair one according to the referee, and Charlton will play on. There's Dobson, who's got Blackett-Taylor and acres of space. It's a lovely pass. Blackett-Taylor forced out wide. There's a bit of support. It's good defending in the end.
Yeah, Dujovigny coming across, needed to as well.
Throw taken. Campbell back to Edun. He's got space to drift inside here. Tayo Edun finds Tedic and looks to turn. Runs out of room with McCart.
I had Alfie May behind him. I think that was the option. He tried to turn, lost possession.
Dodgson with the ball forward, headed away by Tanae Watson. Dodgson up against Dobson, which is a bit of a mouthful. Across to Phillips. And now O'Keefe. Teasing cross, looking for Cosgrove, just slightly overhit.
That's good.
Charlton the goal kick.
Good defending by Hector as well. Cosgrove was looking for it. He tried to make the run. Hector just stood in his way, got across him. Not sure he couldn't get there. It's good defending. And it's a real kick in the teeth when you think about it in the opening sort of 36, 37 minutes. Barnsley really have only had 2 opportunities. One, the long shot from Kane, and then that incident by the corner flag which led to the goal.
I think Charlton have been guilty of is, for all their possession and moments, shall we say, in the final third, they haven't really tested Roberts too much. That chance for Blackett-Taylor would hit the side netting, probably the best of the lot, really. There's also Tene Watson's cross, which was dealt with by Roberts as Charlton from the throw, from Barnsley's throw, win the ball back through Dobson and out. Terrell Thomas finds Tene Watson, inside to Dobson again. First time looking for Chem Campbell, is overhit.
A decent idea, as you say, just too much on it.
It's a throw, finds Williams, on ball looking for Phillips. Maynard-Brewer comes out of his goal and has to deal with it, his left foot, and ball cannons back off of Phillips, and the way Charlton's luck was going, that went in back in there. I don't think it surprised many, but
it did cross my mind, I've got to be honest. But Maynard-Brewer, once he made the decision, had to keep on coming.
Goal kick taken as Maynard-Brewer across to Michael Hector. We've played 38 minutes, Barnsley 1, Charlton 0. Chem Campbell flicked on by Alfie May. Campbell's there again. Tedic makes a run forward. Campbell's been brought down by McCart. Charlton will have the free kick. There might well be a booking here
doesn't he?
for McCart. He's almost done out of sympathy for Dobson, and
Maybe.
Appleton was screaming at the referee. McCart is booked.
I think they felt there was a handball just before the foul as well, so it was just a combination of a couple of things there.
Charlton free kick taken. Hector across to Thomas, who tries to glide past Cosgrove, who takes him out. Charlton have the free kick again.
Barnsley thought that was a bit soft. As I said, the referee's not endearing himself to anybody here in the stadium at the moment.
Dobson with the ball forward towards May. Controls it nicely. Looks to the back heel towards Chem Campbell. Does well to get to the ball first. Campbell. Ball inside looking for Dobson. It's good covering challenge coming in from Connell, but Charlton will have the corner again.
Great football on this right hand side between Dobson, Campbell, and almost picked their way through.
I was going to say it's going to be Campbell to take. He's going to leave this for Fraser.
Barnsley with everybody back in the penalty area. Charlton have only left Edun on the edge of the centre circle.
Fraser towards the near post. Campbell flicks it on. Looked like a move off the training ground, but no one was on the end.
The first bit worked perfectly. The second bit just wasn't there. Was it a little flick out and there's just nobody there?
Maynard-Brewer across to Edun. To take the ball past Cosgrove. Down the line to Blackett-Taylor. It's a good ball, good touch as well. Edun continues his run. It's lovely football. Edun in the final third. Ball across, looks for Tedic. It's clear behind. Charlton want handball. Instead, it's going to be a corner. It was against
Again,
Williams.
I'd like to see that again. It was done at speed. And I suppose if you're going to give any credit to any credit to the referee, maybe it was too quick. It was Williams. It looked like a handball to me. Outstretched arm as well.
Yeah, we do have replays now, so might be able to tell from our side. But Charlton corner nonetheless towards the far post. Fraser takes. Thomas wins that header. It will be a goal kick.
Yeah, that was a goal kick. Thomas just couldn't get above it enough to guide his header back to the edge of the 6-yard box. So just out for the goal kick, but yeah, another one that Charlton will feel has gone against us. Outstretched arm as well. Did happen quickly, so I mean, if you're going to give the referee any sort of credence,
the fact we will need
it.
to slow it down
Yeah.
is, again, first viewing it does look close. Roberts with the goal kick. On towards Cosgrove, who wins the header but goes backwards. Jim Campbell had his eyes on Williams and missed the ball. Williams will poke it back to Phillips. Takes it past Dobson, and a Cruyff turn sees the Charlton captain bring him down. Barnsley have the free kick.
He was just undone by the turn. Dobson, cynical foul. He just thought the ball was there and then it wasn't. No, Keith stayed down.
Barnsley missing Nicky Cadden today, left wing back, who's one of their key players this season. Don't want to miss another wing back. O'Keefe is back to his feet. Free kick from Kane, diagonal towards the far post. The first header's won by Cosgrove, and Dobson
Somebody's got to give him a call.
takes no chances and heads it behind.
Somebody has to give Dobson a call out. I mean, O'Keefe was close, but nowhere near close enough. Dobson could have just let that drop. And then, at worst, swung it away for a throw-in on the far side. Instead, conceded the corner.
Yeah, the problem is, I think it's in the 6-yard box, probably didn't want to take any sort of chance.
No, I get that, but somebody should really be telling him.
It's Connell. Prepares to take the corner. Charlton with everyone back inside the penalty area. Connell swings it in towards the near post. Tedic heads it away. Connell will get the ball back. It's a lovely back heel, which finds Kane in the penalty area. Ball across. Tanae Watson gets something on it. Cosgrove sliding across. Can't get hold of it. May's clearance only as far as the shot came in.
Yeah, it was.
The centre half it was who had it. As Charlton look to release quickly through Dobson now. Chem Campbell and Dobson once more. Ball forward, looks for Tedic. McCart should deal with that and does so. As the clearance goes straight back out of play.
Again,
The addicts about the throat.
Near the architects of our own downfall, because that ball out from, well, the clearance out from Alpha went straight to De Givigny. Unfortunately, it was a centre half that, that it went to rather than anybody else.
Hector across to Terrell Thomas. We're going to have 3 added minutes at the end of this first half, judging by the fourth official's signal just now as Edun with the ball forward. Looks for Blackett-Taylor. Phillips with some defending to do, only as far as Edun again. There's space to bring this ball forward. Inside is Dobson. Looks for the far post cross towards Alfie May. Makes a good run.
A corner?
I think Dodgson may
Yeah,
well have just got a touch, and he did. Important defending in the end, with May lurking. Charlton had the corner. Just before half-time, can they equalise? They deserve the equaliser, as said.
Fraser leaving this one to Campbell.
Barnsley this time with everyone back as Chem Campbell prepares to take. It's an outswinging delivery. Hector wins the header, comes back off Devante Cole into the path of Blackett-Taylor, who's crossed. It's headed away by O'Keefe again. Barnsley slow to push out, which allows Edun time on the ball. Across to Dobson. Right to Tanae Watson. Charlton making a bit of a meal of this. And Tanae Watson had no options.
You said that Barnsley was slow to come out. Charlton weren't exactly rapid, and that's the reason why the ball couldn't be sent back towards the penalty area, because there were at least 3 Charlton players in an offside position, and it left Watson with and Dobson with no real alternatives.
There's confirmation of 3 added minutes at the end of this first half. McCart with the throw. Well, won by Tanae Watson against Dodgson, but Charlton do well to get hold of possession again, and through George Dobson, who's got time to bring this forward, and Charlton looking for a chance before half-time. Out to the left, the ball will reach Edun, despite the attempt by Phillips, and that time Phillips is able to win the ball back. So Keith, that's a loose touch, but ball stays in play. Dobson gets something on it, but instead it will fall nicely for Kane, and Barnsley will be looking for a second before the break. Kane out to Dodgson. Now Cole inside to Kane again. Charlton do well to get bodies back. Devante Cole, that's a poor ball forward. And Tanae Watson gets there first and is fouled.
He got away with one there. The ball forward. Miscommunication between Dobson. I think it might have been Thomas behind him from memory. Dobson should have left it, didn't, and Barnsley almost capitalised. But fortunately, Charlton did well defensively. You've got to give them credit for that. We got back and we snuffed it out well.
Edun will go back to Maynard-Brewer. Across to Hector. Maynard-Brewer's first touch just
took a bobble just before it as well, which didn't help.
Watson inside to Dobson.
May wanted it. He turned and went on a run. Disappointed it didn't get to him.
Hector looks for the diagonal ball across towards Blackett-Taylor. It's a loose header from O'Keefe. Jem Campbell back to Edun. Campbell's on the left-hand side again if he wants to use him. Here's Campbell. Drifts inside, looks for Tedic. Tries to lay it off to May, but Charlton lose out on the ball. And Phillips will go back to Williams. Drifts inside Alfie May, and good Charlton pressure. Win the ball back as Tedic finds Blackett-Taylor, who's offside, and the move is wasted. And Barnsley's mistake isn't punished.
Yeah, Tedic, you just wanted him to go on his own, turn away and go on his own. Try to tee up, try to be unselfish, tee up Blackett-Taylor, had already made his run and didn't time it well enough. A real opportunity there just before half-time. I suppose if there is, if you're going to level anything, any criticism, you mentioned it before, Greg, is that with all the possession we've had, with all the opportunities we've created, and the better team we've been, we haven't really tested Roberts enough.
Well, there is the half-time whistle. Half where Charlton will feel a little bit hard done by. The only goal of the game coming from Adam Phillips after Herbie Kane, according to the referee, was able to keep the ball in despite George Dobson. The ball had long gone on that left-hand corner. One for the studio to discuss. And then Phillips was able to convert from Kane's pass. And despite that, Charlton had chances in the first half and were considered themselves a little bit unlucky to go 1-0 behind. Corey Blackett-Taylor had the best chance for the Addicts, but his shot hit the side netting. But at half-time here, it is Barnsley 1, Charlton 0. We'll hand you back to the Charlton TV studio with Scotty, Curbs and Brownie to go through that first 35 minutes.
Thank you, Tel, and commentator stroke presenter Greg as well. Great stuff as ever. Remember, you can get us your views, give us your views on WhatsApp, +44 7384 517 580. 1-0 down, Curbs. Did we deserve to be 1-0 down?
No, I don't think so. I think it's been quite an even game. We had a really good chance with Corey Blackett, and they've scored a stunning goal. In between, it's been very even. We started off ever so well, never took advantage of it, but it's an even game, except for the scoreline. Yeah, absolutely. Expected goals, we are higher, although it's 0.07 against 0.09. So yeah, I think it's pretty much is a 0-0 game, really, isn't it? It should be 0-0. Yeah, it is the reality of that first 45 minutes. I thought we did start. You know, you asked me before the start of kick-off, and I said I'd like to see a nice fast start, not the mundane sort of first 45 minutes we saw here last week. And I thought we did start brightly, and I thought we were on the front foot, and I thought we had moments in that first 15 minutes, and we needed to kind of take opportunity, or one of the opportunities in that first 15, because the rest of the half sort of petered out. I mean, we've been undone again by a poor refereeing decision for me. I think it's out. I think the shots will show that. And the only bit of advice I guess I can give, if you're shepherding a ball out... Let's have a look at it then, because go on. Well, you lean into the player that's off the pitch. You don't just stand and watch it. So, he doesn't give it up, the lad Kane,
and he follows it out, and look, just lean, just protect the ball a bit better than that. You know, just you can put your right leg across him, so that he can't do that. But the ball's out. You know, boys in the van have done a great job there. That's out, clearly.
Unfortunately, the linesman's over the other side.
Yeah.
And you know, he can't quite see it, so he can't give it. I should imagine. Yeah, you can't make that up, can you?
It's another poor decision against us, though, isn't it?
Really poor.
Can't make it up. I mean, it's a fantastic finish.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic finish.
You must come across this. You can see, like Michael, you can see why Michael's got the right arm on his sideline. You know, and he gets booked, doesn't he? I mean, you can't take away from that finish. That finish from Phillips is outstanding. It really is. It's composed. It's accurate. Keeper, you know, Maynard-Brewer's got no chance. You know.
Sam says it's a shame we don't have VAR in League One.
Well, if we did, that would be disallowed, and the penalty against us on
We'd have got a win
Saturday.
last week.
Yeah, would have been a win. Yeah.
I'm gonna give the lad a bit of credit here,
Yeah,
Kane, because he don't give up on a lost cause, and he keeps going, and the set to the edge of the box is decent. But George, you can tell by George's reaction, he just steps off like the game's going to get stopped any second now. And you can't really criticise George, you know, because I mean I'm saying lean in hindsight because of what we're having to
the
watch.
ball's out.
The
I mean,
ball's
Mark on
It's
WhatsApp
out.
says the ref needs to go to Specsavers.
Yeah.
I bet Dubbo wanted to defenestrate the ref there, didn't he?
God,
Well,
just a bit, yeah.
I just think that, you know, his reaction, you know, that as a player, his reaction was that's out.
Yeah.
You know, because I think if it didn't go out, George would have scampered after it. But you say that's out. Unfortunately, the linesman is over the other side.
Yeah, and the ref's not having the best of games. I think he saw it. He gave a goal kick one time, didn't he, where it was clearly a corner for us as well. What have you made of Barnsley going forward? They're not been the strongest at home. We've been reasonably comfortable against them.
Well, they've had a couple of long shots, which, you know, not really troubled Maynard-Brewer.
I think you're happy, aren't you, Curbs,
yeah,
as a manager, if you're
take
seeing
shots
shots from
from
that
there, yeah.
distance, yeah.
You know, I don't. As I say, I think it's been a very even game, and we find ourselves 1-0 down, with a bit to do now.
I mean, that's come from us trying to play out, no worries, you know.
Never a pen that.
Never in a million, Scotty, and yeah, look, he may have got hurt, but, you know, and that can happen, but it's never in a million years is that a penalty.
So,
Great save this.
Yeah.
oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
That's top corner, that, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Super save, yeah.
So what have you made of us going forward then, and the chances we've
I
created?
thought the first 10 or 15 minutes we looked like the home side. This is the chance. Does he get his head up, or has he just got one thing on his mind? But lay it square to Alfie. Lay it square to Alfie.
Yeah, look, if it's the other way around as Alfie square, I'm not sure, but it's those key moments where the real good quality players understand there's a player in a better position, and they have the vision, you know, that peripheral vision to see the player in that space, and will slide it. That is the biggest moment of the first half, and we've picked the wrong decision.
I think that he goes so quick sometimes, Corey Blackett, that, you know, perhaps he can't do anything else but get the shot off because he's looking at the ball and he's running so fast.
It bobbled up a bit as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
And he was in a very good position, but again, it was about just seeing as you.
I think we could have done a bit better there. That was a good
Yeah,
move.
we had bodies in the box there as well. We'd filled the box, we broke the lines, got him behind, bodies in the box again. We pick out. We don't pick him out, but it's too close to the keeper and he makes the save, and that's where he gives the goal kick from that. But yeah, we had a couple of promising moments. We did, and we just seemed to pick the wrong pass, didn't we, and the wrong end product.
Should we have had a penalty?
I don't think so. I think in this day, I mean, everyone's talking about VAR. His hands are up, but I don't know what you do anymore. His hands are up, but he's smashed at him from 5 yards, and I don't think he's trying. I think the reason we start complaining and appealing is because of VAR, because we see it so often.
The only thing I'm going to say is he actually puts his arm out, Curbs. Yeah. It's by his side. And it's Williams, and he puts his arm out in front of him and then tries to withdraw it as it hits him. But it's blindside, isn't it? It's blindside to the ref again.
But you boys now know, I mean, football, so at the moment, you're going to have to defend like that.
Well, I hate that defending.
Yeah, but you got.
But his arm has gone in an unnatural position.
He put it.
He's leant out. Okay, it's close and okay, it's fast, but his arm has gone outside.
There's
there.
no reason to.
That's not in a natural position, and it's actually quite, what should I say, not brave by sort of turning your body that way. Therefore, your arm does come out, and therefore, I think that's not in a natural position, and I think that is a penalty.
Yeah. So it'll be done twice.
Yeah.
In your eyes.
And then the
my
referee
eyes.
comes into picture, and he might just have had an angle to see that. To be fair, he might have been able to see that on the angle he was at, but he gives a corner immediately. He's not even interested. No. He's had a terrible first.
He has. So do you
minutes.
think the reason he didn't give it was because he didn't think it was a penalty, or that he didn't see it?
I think he's going to go along with Curbs. It's been hit him from 3 yards. He can't move. But actually, he doesn't have the benefit of what we see, which is that slow-mo arm out first. And I think he's gone with Curbs. You know what Curbs has said, which is it's too quick. It's not enough distance between the ball, you know, the player and him. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there.
Listen, I hate having to go at referees. It's a very, very difficult job, but for me, that was very poor. Duncan said he could see it was out from Barbados, where it's 29 degrees.
Oh, stop it.
Very nice, Duncan. Ben asked if Kanu should come on in the second half.
Interesting one.
Well, he came on at half-time last week,
Yeah.
and I guess we could argue the same. We've not really been dominant in that centre forward position.
He came on last week, and Alfie went back down the middle.
Yeah.
And he came on the right and basically made the goal.
Yeah.
So he could do that, and Tedic comes off because he's been quiet.
He's been very quiet.
In actual fact, the front three have been quiet. Apart from Corey Blackett's shot, they have been a bit quiet.
Yeah. Dave said the ref keeps making errors. Then if the ref keeps making errors, he'll need to get a new TV every week. Absolutely. And Dave Kitchener in North Carolina asked if Corey should have been switched to the right.
That's an interesting one because he's not as effective on the right-hand side. But in saying that, he's playing on the left and he ain't checked back on that right foot and got a cross in for a long, long while, which is what I thought one of the main reasons. He can drop his shoulder, go past the fullback or come inside and cross it. But he's not been crossing it with his right foot. So he could push him over there for a little while.
Yeah. I bumped into Kitch when I was in North Carolina when I was out there. He's a good lad. He'll be having a pint, no doubt. And it'll be like 11 o'clock in the morning. But I would say who goes left? That would be my question.
Yeah.
Who do you throw out left if you're going to stick
I
him
personally
right?
still think Corey's best position is on the left.
Yeah,
and
I
Alfie
think
on the right.
if Michael's going to make a move, he'd bring Carno down the middle and put Alfie on the right.
Yeah. OK, let's take a moment away from today's game, shall we? As last weekend's match against Cambridge was Charlton's greener game. Let's take a look.
When you've been organising the walk today for the greener game, first of all, how did it all go?
Yeah, it went really well, thanks. We had a great turnout. We've done this previously once before, and I think we had maybe around 12, 13 people. So having the turnout we did today was fantastic. I think we had, I think it was over 60. So yeah, much more numbers. It's great.
You've been doing the greener walk down to the valley today. Why was it important for you to do that?
Because I like walking. I think it's a good initiative in that not using cars and things like that, which may have done in the past occasionally, even though I don't come far. But yeah, it's just to encourage people to walk.
No, it was really enjoyable. I usually walk to the game or cycle, so it wasn't really that much out of the ordinary for me. And yeah, no, it was good fun. I really enjoyed it. It's a fun build-up.
Don't like driving cars. People think should drive less and cycle. I try and cycle and walk everywhere anyway. So it was great to be involved with a group doing that walk today.
And do you think it's important for a football club like this who works hard in the community to lead on stuff like that and to set an example?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see what the traffic's like. They're trying to park around here on days when there's football in. So yeah, absolutely. I think people don't realise how easy it is to walk places sometimes. So setting an example is great.
Yeah, excellent work from all those involved. And Brown, you have to say, it was a great effort for those who walked to the game, wasn't it? And maybe Curb should have walked here today.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've been
Got it
quicker.
Yeah. No, he jumped in with Jace, so they did their bit. I jumped on the train. That's got to be better than
Was it electric
my
train?
motor. Yeah, of course.
So Curb's doing his bit for the environment was jumping in with Jace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you're
two
saving.
cars.
One car instead of two.
Car sharing.
No, I understand now. I just, that's
'Cause
very
it don't
sacrificial
sound
of you.
like
No,
No,
trying to make a point there. Jace, you know what? I'm going to jump in with you.
Jason, the only MB in my village. Yeah, he phoned me up and said, let's do it. So I said, OK.
Jason Morgan of CACT, of course. MBE.
Yes,
yeah,
there you
got
go.
to mention
There you go.
MBE.
Otherwise he goes mental.
Yeah, he does. Charlton,
And you've got to mention that Robert Lee ain't in the Hall of Fame.
and he's not
battered him.
Yeah, exactly. We should do that in every single part now, actually. Charlton finished 6th in the EFL in terms of environmental sustainability. RSK is our partners. Alan Ryder, we know who's watching as well.
Yep.
Clearly something important to be focused on, isn't it?
Probably doing his rhododendrons as we speak, cutting them back, isn't he? Eh?
What, half time? Half time.
Yeah, you know what he's like.
You know what?
Garden, pots around in his garden.
He watches the first half, doesn't watch us, and then goes and watches the second half.
And look, the only thing missing from the Greener game this year was you two not trying the vegan food.
What? We suffered it once, didn't we?
Honestly, there's nothing wrong with vegan foods.
Well, no, not if you're a vegan. No.
I mean, I couldn't be a vegan full time, but there's nothing wrong with food.
You didn't eat no vegan food Tuesday, did you?
Monday.
Or Monday, whenever
Monday.
it was.
What did we have? Can't remember.
I can't remember.
Anyway, it wasn't very healthy, was it? OK, last week there was a Greener Game themed fan zone, and this week that fan zone will be given a full Christmas makeover, as well as plenty of mulled wine and hot chocolate. Supporters will also be able to purchase the club's 2024 calendar. You in that?
Oh, not this year,
No?
I think. No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
No, I'll wait for my facelift.
Potentially the perfect last-minute Christmas gift, and make sure you get your ticket to be part of the action at the Valley next weekend. OK, and we've also got, of course, Burton is next upcoming fixture. Remember about that as well. That's next Saturday, December the 23rd. Curbs, get here early. But actually, I'm not sure if you're there for that one, and I'm not either. But a big game, of course, just before Christmas. OK, so look, what are we thinking about the second half then? How do we turn this around?
Michael would say it's very even. It was a very even first half, and we've been done a little bit, obviously. I think his decision is we don't look that great in the last 15, 20 going forward. We ain't really creating too much. So what can I do to affect that? And I think the easiest decision is to put Alfie down the middle and either put Tedic on the right or bring Kanu on and shake it up a little bit.
Matt from the North American Addict said he could see the balls out from Sao Paulo, which, by the way, how many degrees? Sao Paulo right now?
32.
Close. 33.
Oh, I was going to go the other way, so I just got it wrong
What do
anyway.
you think it is in here?
Let me tell you, it's minus in here. It's minus.
Joseph said it was a really enjoyable first half. He asked why we're crossing to the back post.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would say needs improving second half. Is our distribution in that final third. We're getting into the final third and we're not actually testing the keeper.
We're not the biggest.
No, we're not the biggest. You can, like, Alfie won't naturally creep round the back post for a header, but he will come inside to try and get a shot away around the penalty spot and that sort of stuff. Blackett Taylor's not notoriously good at winning aerial battles either, so it's not something we really should be looking to do aerially. We should be looking to sort of pick people out, and we don't actually pick people out well enough.
I think we're not the biggest side, but we're not been that great on set plays.
Yeah, set plays has been poor for a while.
We don't think we get the first touch, which is, as you know, if you get the first touch, it's really dangerous. I don't know if it's the delivery or the players attacking it.
What was that stat? Was it?
I'm sure I read something the other day, and I'm not saying this with knowledge of it, but I'm sure someone put out that Ryan Innes was the last person to score from a corner, right? And if that's true, that needs addressing. We don't really attack set pieces that well. Everything that comes in, players are caught under the ball. They're not running towards it. They're underneath it already. There doesn't seem to be any aggression, on our set pieces when we're attacking.
The ball ain't going in the areas where.
Yeah, and it's something that needs tidying up, because you always say at the start of most seasons you need 10 goals across your back four.
Yeah.
I don't know how many we've got, but it can't be many, if any.
No, absolutely not. OK, not the best of first halves. We didn't get the luck, that's for sure. Let's get back to our second half commentary team. Terry Smith, Greg Stubley.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Yeah, certainly first half, plenty of discussions there, and we had one with Andy Scott just now. He certainly shares the frustrations of the Charlton players and staff of
he was
some of those decisions. I won't repeat them just in case.
No. Even the Barnsley fans were. Andy Scott was saying even the Barnsley fans were sort of saying, yeah, the ball's out, well out.
Yeah, we've seen
one of those.
We've seen numerous replays to suggest it may well have been, but hey ho, Charlton are underway for this second half and be determined to to equalise as soon as possible. They're 1-0 down going into this second half, and there's a good bright start as Alfie May down the right-hand side. Ball in, looking for Boban Tedic, who slid and got something to it. Charlton looking to finish the start the second half. Very much like how they played in the majority of the first, as ball forward from Barnsley is cut out by Hector, goes back to Maynard-Brewer. Looks long towards Tedic. Did well to get something on the ball. Charlton wanted a free kick, nothing.
Chem Campbell was expecting it as well, which is why he didn't really react to the ball dropping too.
McCart with the ball forward, awkward for Hector as the ball bounces. Hector deals with it and finds Maynard-Brewer inside to Dobson. Out to the right to Michael Hector again. No changes at half-time for either side as Hector goes long. Tedic looked interested, but it's headed away by Dujevene. Charlton had the throw through May. Back to Chem Campbell. So we got the ball in the first half, and he's on it again for Charlton. Cutting inside and out, finds May on the edge of the box, gets onto his left foot, across to Edun. Bucket-Taylor goes inside, Edun looked for the ball through. It's been cut out, but he wins it back, and now Dobson across to Fraser. Out left to Blackett-Taylor again. Goes on the outside. Can he get to the ball? He does. Cross is cut out the near post by Williams. Tedic gives him a chase, but Williams clears it away. And as far as Hector, he's calm and composed to find Fraser. Out to left to Edun. Down the line. It's been denied that by
you're
Williams.
right, Greg. We've started the second half exactly how we played in the first. On top, playing some lovely football, some one-touch football, finding space, finding some good movement. Just need that final decisive part in and around the penalty area.
Fraser back to Hector.
Or a worldie. I'll settle for a worldie.
Across to Thomas. Fraser to Campbell. Thomas back inside to Dobson. What about the switch? And instead uses Terrell Thomas. First time ball forward. It's cut out by O'Keefe. And Fraser slides in, makes connection with O'Keefe, and not much else. But Barnsley will play on. And so it's Kane out to the left. Dodson. Ball towards the far post. There's a vicious cross. Cosgrove couldn't get on the end of it at the far post, and Charlton had the goal kick, but a very obvious yellow card given away of Scott Fraser.
Yeah, I think the ball was there about a half an hour before Fraser got there. It was a fairly agricultural challenge on O'Keefe, has to be said.
Charlton will have frustration, you imagine, going in the second half.
I think we ran out of patience there just that little bit. We were playing some nice football, and then just Barnsley got back in numbers, and we just ran out of patience.
Maynard-Brewer, the goal kick, headed away by McCart. Dobson will challenge. Instead, Connell will go back to McCart again. Dujevene to the right to Phillips. Dobson does well to get to that ball now, needs support. Goes down the line towards Blackett-Taylor. Williams just blocks Blackett-Taylor. It's a nice little dummy to win Charlton a free kick.
Well, the Charlton bench is saying, well, if Fraser's tackle, which all right, was more agricultural, but got a booking, and that was a cynical foul by Williams on Blackett-Taylor to stop his progress down the line. If he'd have got past Williams, who's away, stopped him, fouled him cynically, and referee gives nothing, which annoyed the Charlton bench in front of us.
Thomas back to Maynard-Brewer. Forward to Dobson. Across to Edun. Just had to stretch for the ball slightly, Edun, and that allowed O'Keefe to make the challenge. There's Barnsley progress on the right-hand side. Devante Cole. Across to Connell. Lovely first-time ball to find O'Keefe. Cuts inside Edun. Left-footed cross. Hector gets something on there, and Fraser had to clear it away as Kane slid in for the trying to get it on goal.
Yeah, did well, Fraser there. It was brave clearance.
Charlton take the free kick quickly as Fraser gets back to his feet, finds Edun. Good ball inside to Blackett-Taylor, who's got space ahead of him. Blackett-Taylor again, a heavy touch, just denies him the opportunity to take on Connell. Ball forward towards Cosgrove, finds Cole, looking back towards Cosgrove, but Charlton outnumber him. And Fraser will look long. McCart takes a chance, the ball will come the way of Alfie May. May with options in the middle, May on the outside. No driven cross, was cut out by Dodgson. Clearance only as far as Tanae Watson, who gets
second in a row. That has
Kane.
to be a boogie.
This will be another yellow card. They're mounting up now.
Yeah, I mean, he was late on Watson there, and he was late on Fraser just before that. So I think there was a fairly obvious yellow card coming his way.
May getting back to his feet. Charlton with the free kick.
Yeah, Alfie May had only one thought in his mind, and it's to get a shot away. You can't blame him for that with the scoring form he's on. And Charlton make the most of this free kick. At, what did I say, 5 or 6 yards off the corner of the right edge of the penalty area.
Fraser, Blackett-Taylor over this. It's on the right-hand side. It probably suits an in-swinging delivery from Scott Fraser, is probably my guess. It'll be Fraser to take. In towards Terrell Thomas, punched away by Roberts. Dobson back in the penalty area. Tene Watson did well to get on the end of it. It comes to Campbell on the left-hand side. Been forced out. Now needs support here, Campbell. So not the ball well. And then in the end, it's good defending from Phillips to poke it away. Edun looking to take on Cosgrove and does brilliantly. So Edun felt it was fouled, nothing given.
Oh, that's definitely
Cosgrove slides in, and then Connell
just wildly swung
with a challenge. It's getting a little bit.
And he's been dragged away by Phillips, because that was a little bit naughty from Connell. He just wildly swung his leg in the direction of where he thought the ball was, and I didn't see who he made connection with actually. Was it Terrell Thomas or was it Edun?
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, I'm watching it back. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot from Connell. It's the initial challenge from Cosgrove that was a little bit naughty, and he's been booked.
Yeah, Connell was booked. Okay.
No, sorry, Cosgrove's been booked.
Oh, Cosgrove, was it? Okay.
Yeah. Connell tried to make a challenge. It wasn't anything.
Wasn't it?
No, he just made contact with Hector. It was basically 2001 there.
Just looked like a bit of a wild swing by Connell, with the ball nowhere near it.
Well, Charlton had the free kick, and it is Sam Cosgrove who's booked. Let's see, Charlton competing. No, it was good play from Edun to get that ball, and then he was wiped out by Cosgrove. Charlton prepared to take the free kick. Fraser coming across on this side, left-hand side.
It's more of a lunge from Connell rather than a swing.
As Fraser prepares to take. Taylor goes on the outside. Fraser swings it in towards Tedic, heading up in the air. Cleared in the end as Cosgrove gives chase. Dobson slides in, wins the ball. Barnsley will have the throw, but it's the Charlton away fans who are singing. They're the ones who are more pleased with their team's performance so far, although the scoreline doesn't match it at the moment. Barnsley still 1-0 up here at Oakwell. This ball's back to Roberts, and it's a loose ball inside to Connell, under pressure from Campbell and May. Connell to Williams, across to O'Keefe. His progress denied by Edun. Barnsley will have the throw. Williams takes inside to O'Keefe. Risky ball across to McCartans. Had to get there ahead of Alfie May and did so. Came with the ball forward. Thomas cuts it out, but it's a poor ball. Now the ball forward to Defante Cole. It did look offside at first viewing. The assistant referee agrees. It was a decent idea from, it was Cosgrove for the first time ball, but
it's the ball handed to him by Terrell Thomas that caused it, I think.
Kane's ball forward, and luckily for Charlton, Edun was aware and stepped up just as Defante Cole went through, and Hector actually brought down Cole as well.
I was thinking that would have
a
been
number of things happened in that instance, but in the end it's just a Charlton free kick, and the play will continue as Dobson with a long ball forward towards May. Dobson gets something on it, but only as far as May. Campbell and Tedic in the box. May cuts inside on his left foot. Dobson did well to get back and deny a cross. As the Addicts have it with Hector inside to Dobson, and now Tene Watson. Campbell back to Watson and Fraser across to Hector, inside to Fraser again. A lot of movement in the final third for Charlton at the moment, so the Addicts trying to stay patient. Edun trying to thread a ball forward towards Tedic. Phillips is there and finds Cosgrove in space. Cosgrove, it's a poor ball out towards O'Keefe. Challenge from Edun. I'm pleased, the Barnsley fans.
again, we gave it to them because just about he's got to be
forward to
offside.
Cosgrove, who's offside again.
Offside from Maynard-Brewer anyway, but yeah, it's just that ball forward from Edun a little while ago. Again, just need to be just a little bit more patient. Can understand why, because Charlton are probably going to be more and more frustrated that our dominance isn't being rewarded. Barnsley are going to make an early change.
There's Cosgrove who's coming off. John McAtee to come on, formerly of Grimsby. Cosgrove making way. He's just caught offside there. Looked like the right decision. McAtee, another one returning from injury. Playing just behind Devante Cole. So let's get the game back underway. 55 minutes played. Barnsley 1, Charlton 0 here at Oakwell. Terrell Thomas inside the Barnsley half. Left is Tyrone Edun, back to Thomas. Across to Hector as Barnsley trying to push up, make life difficult for the Addicts. Hector, that's a lovely ball forward to Campbell. Had a bit more space than he realised, but does well to keep possession. Ball across to Campbell, now Thomas. Ball to Fraser. Good ball finds Dobson. Dobson across to Tedic. Tedic looking to turn and goes for goal, and his effort's wide in the end, but for a minute it's goal bound.
I don't know how close that was, but it certainly looked it. A lovely turn from Tedic. This time Charlton are patient. Ball to Fraser at his feet. Oh, sorry, from Dobson to his feet. It's a sharp turn, and that was a large distance away from the top corner.
Barnsley with the goal kick. It's a nice turn from Tedic. Didn't have any options to his right, so swiveled on the ball and went for goal. I didn't think it was that far away. Goal kick headed down by Hector, was fouled by McAtee. Didn't make any attempts to play the ball, hence the decision by the referee.
It's the look at the defender and then backing in is a giveaway, isn't it? If you don't look at the ball at all, you're always going to get that given against you.
Edun back inside to Thomas, and now Hector. So the long ball forward towards May, headed away by
I'm wondering if there's been a word, because May made a lot of runs in that first half, and balls weren't sent over the top. I don't know if they're looking to exploit that in the second half.
May Watson back to Hector, who looks to switch it across to Blackett-Taylor this time. That's a lovely ball, good control from Blackett-Taylor. Williams with the challenge, Charlton with the throw. Taylor to take. Might leave this for Edun, and does so. Edun back to Dobson and across to Thomas. To the right to Tanae Watson. And Dobson, ball forward towards Tedic. Returns out to the right to May. May cuts inside. Dobson's there. As Barnsley look to break through Cornell. Hector with the challenge. Charlton will now break themselves.
Got to give credit to Dobson. He lost possession halfway in our half, and tracked all the way back to win it back again.
Tedic to Blackett-Taylor. Blackett-Taylor inside the penalty area. Blackett-Taylor looking to go for goal and then pokes it goalwards in the end. Roberts with the save.
Great run from Blackett-Taylor. Lovely little touch inside to pick him out as well. Just couldn't get a clean strike. The second one that came back to him was more reactionary than anything else, and he couldn't get enough purchase on it to get past Roberts. But again, Charlton showing that they're in the ascendancy still. Just need to capitalise on it. I know we've been saying it already.
And Thomas may well have fouled Cole, but play continues. As Cole will go for goal and over the bar. This is going to be another yellow card. This time Terrell Thomas is going to be...
I'm not sure it was a foul. I'm not sure it's entirely worthy of a yellow card, mind, but certainly a foul.
I agree with that. Watching like that, there's not a lot in that. Charlton with
Watson has been chirping away. I think he felt that the decision was harsh, bearing in mind that the referee hasn't exactly punished everybody in the same way, and Dobson's been called over, and the referee wants a word.
Yeah, I mean, frustrations are boiling over Charlton. They know this is quite an important game, this, and they've played well, which sounds like if you're not playing well and you're not getting decisions, it can really wrong. But when you're playing well, and certainly decisions in that first half in particular have still upset the Charlton defence as the goal kick comes away. There's a header by McCart, which went backwards, and it was an important challenge. It was actually Dujavene who made the first header, and it was McCart who recovered.
Just in front of Alfie May, who I thought had just for a second there had got through. The outstretched foot from McCart just got there first. Inches.
Roberts with the clearance forward. So Watson wins the header. And Chem Campbell. It's McAtee. It's O'Keefe with the challenge.
Well, McAtee was clearly fouled there, and I think the referee was trying to play an advantage. I'm not entirely sure how. And Charlton end up with a throw.
Header with the ball forward to Chem Campbell. Flicks it on, but they will go out of play. 61 minutes played, still Barnsley with a 1-0 lead, but Charlton struggling for moments. I mean, that from Blackie Taylor where he pokes it towards Roberts.
Daniel Carno's getting ready to come on.
Carno made a difference against Cambridge. We're looking to do the same for Charlton in the second half as the header comes away from Thomas. This challenge comes in from Phillips. The Addicts will have the throw. Play will stop for this substitution. Daniel Carno will replace Boban Tedic.
I think Tedic has had a bad game necessarily, feeding off scraps a little bit. I'm wondering if eventually May will come into the middle, or will Carno just play down the centre. We'll see. Lovely ball.
Throw is taken back to Thomas. It's a lovely ball to find Alfie May on the right hand side, who's offside. It's such a shame because that was a tremendous pass from Terrell Thomas.
I didn't look on moment. I wasn't looking across, of course, but
and that for me ends the is Terrell Thomas left-footed argument, because that was with his right foot, clean as a whistle.
Lovely looking ball, and I was too busy admiring the ball to see where Alfie May made it run from, because it's 10 yards. The offside's been given 10 yards inside the Barnsley half.
Barnsley with the free kick. Kind of goes straight up top for Charlton, like for like replacement for Tedic. The ball forward, looks for Cole. Terrell Thomas gets something to it, and there's a chance for...
It's a fantastic save from Alfie May.
McAtee, which is saved. Play still continues as Kane cuts inside, and his right foot goes for goal. In the end, Charlton get lucky as...
Cole won the header, and it just dropped beyond Hector. McAtee reacted quicker, needed the save from Maynard-Brewer.
Ball forward by Dobson. May with a Cruyff turn which went through the legs of Dobson, but the wing back was able to get the ball back. Barnsley with the ball forward again. Charlton unnecessary mistake at the defence. It comes to O'Keefe on the right hand side. Goes back to Kane, and that's a glorious chance which Kane has wasted. Completely unmarked. Charlton struggling to get the midfield back in place.
Well, that was very similar to the goal that Phillips scored. The way that ball was pinged. Oh, that's a foul. It's got to be sure. Again, nothing.
Continue as Dobson's down on the floor. I didn't see what happens, but play will continue as Cole, on the left-hand side, in the penalty area, up against Hector. The judge to a foul, Michael Hector. And Charlton do get their free kick.
I think that wasn't a foul, and I think the referee's given that because he knows he should have given one against Dobson. I think.
Yeah, Charlton took the free kick quickly. Dobson was challenged by Kane fairly, according to the referee, and that allowed the ball to Devante Cole inside the penalty on the left-hand side, but he was judged to have been pulling back Michael Hector, and play will continue. Maynard-Brewer with the long goal kick. Kane flicks it on for Barnsley. There is Thomas across to Edun. Out to the left to Blackett Taylor. It's a loose touch which O'Keefe will then clear forward. Edun facing his own goal, does well to keep it in. Back to Terrell Thomas, and now Maynard-Brewer. Going forward, that might stay in play. It hits Williams, who had no idea who was behind him.
Yeah,
and
I think
gives Charlton a throw.
He wasn't aware where Blackett-Taylor was, and so he didn't take the chance. I think Williams rather. He's got a little bit scrappy. Charlton need to get back into that controlled football that we've shown for most of this game.
And throws the ball back to Thomas, and now Maynard-Brewer goes long looking for May to win anything there. Can't.
Yeah, long balls up to the top aren't going to work really, are they?
Williams under pressure from Carnu. Has to clear forward. The ball will stay in play again. So Thomas, risky
blind.
ball back to Maynard-Brewer, who had to react. They can only clear as far as Kane. It's a loose touch, and Dobson puts something on it, but in the end it breaks to Dodson for Barnsley. With the shot, good block from George Dobson for Charlton as Hector clears it forward. Again, it's a real scruffy game of football this all of a sudden as Williams with the long ball forward. Hector will let it bounce for Maynard-Brewer, and suddenly
it's a blind pass from Terrell Thomas which started that. He was expecting Maynard-Brewer to have nobody near him. That wasn't the case.
Maynard-Brewer out to the right to Tene Watson. He's got space to bring this forward. Inside to Dobson. Watson back to Hector, under pressure from Cole. Luckily falls into the arms of Maynard-Brewer. Rolls it out to Fraser, back to Maynard-Brewer again, and really not helping the Charlton goalkeeper here, the Addicts. Has to clear it forward. Campbell goes down under pressure. No free kick as the ball forward finds Kane, inside to Connell. Out to the right to Phillips, who's got O'Keefe further right. O'Keefe taking on Edun, goes on the outside. O'Keefe for the cross towards the far post. McAtee stretching, and Charlton are the ones now looking vulnerable.
It's just that little scrappy passage of play that we've almost given the impetus to the home side, to Barnsley. Up to this point they've been floundering a little bit. And it's just our little scrappy moments where we've given some blind passes or short passes or just lacks of concentration that's just allowed the home side to take the upper hand in the last couple of minutes. It's got the crowd involved, and we need to silence them again.
And with 67 minutes played, I'll hand you over to Terry Smith to lead commentate for the rest of the second half.
Cheers, Greg. That's gone quick. Brewers is headed away by McCart. Hector meets it forward, looking for Blackett-Taylor. Williams there first, drops in the centre circle. Cole the first to react for Barnsley. Now to O'Keefe on their right-hand side. Back to Williams. Under pressure from Blackett-Taylor, goes back and inside to Javigny. Sends it forward, but to nobody in particular. It's going to drift out for a Charlton throw halfway inside the Charlton half on our left-hand side.
Yeah,
more activity on the Charlton bench.
I'd say the last 5 minutes or so we've lost a bit of control in midfield. I think the midfield this match has really denied space for Kane, Phillips and Connell to get a grip, but I think suddenly Barnsley have made it awkward for us to have any sort of possession in midfield. So it's been a bit, we'll kick it long, they'll kick it long. Last 5 minutes or so. I'm not surprised we've seen Tyrese Campbell maybe come on for fresh legs, bit of energy. Louis Watson could be another option there.
Louis Watson tries to go down the line. Attempted ball out by Kane. The Charlton throw though. Back to Hector. Crossing inside the penalty area as Maynard-Brewer has got Terrell Thomas to his left, but Cole hunting in and around that area as well. Goes back across to the right, and Hector sends us long and forward, looking for Carnu's run. McCart is there first with the header. Goes right though, and May picks it up inside to Kane. Carnu rather. Carnu followed by Kane, but can't find Campbell. Charlton have possession back with Dobson on the right-hand side. Little chip ball into the penalty area for the run of Carnu. Looks like he'd been pulled back, but Carnu retains possession nonetheless. Back to May. Dobson in support behind, just got the ball caught in his feet, so he's across to Terrell Thomas, and now Edun on the left side. Brings inside Teo Edun, but he's looking for Campbell, didn't find him, but he's got the ball back. Teo Edun on the left. Again, trying to find Blackett-Taylor, might divert into Blackett-Taylor's path. Can he finish Corey Blackett-Taylor? Yes, he can! The Addicts have the equaliser. There was a ball into the penalty area, took a deflection. Blackett-Taylor kept his run going, and as a result was behind the Barnsley defence and into the edge of the 6-yard box. Jinked on his right, drilled it home.
Brilliant composure from Blackett-Taylor. spoke about Charlton needing a bit of luck in this game. They haven't had a lot of it. And that little header from, I think it was Williams, the ball forward by Edun, just falls lovely into the path for Blackett-Taylor, who continued his run beyond the Barnsley defence. He took another touch back inside to open up the space for the shot. And his effort, there's nothing Roberts could do about it in the end. It was Edun who looked to poke it forward to him. Williams' touch just allowed Blackett-Taylor to advance forward, takes 2 touches inside and rifles home. Charlton have a deserved equaliser overall in the match.
Yeah,
to say it comes at a time where Barnsley have looked the better side.
Make the exact same point. I was going to say nobody in this stadium can deny that Charlton deserved the equaliser, but it comes on the back of a time when Barnsley were in the ascendancy for the last 3 or 4 minutes. As they come forward again now, switching across to the right-hand side, looking for O'Keefe, but that's going to bounce away from him. And can Charlton now capitalise on what could be a quite shaky Barnsley side who lost 4 out of 5 here? Well, 4 out of 5 of their defeats have been here, I should say. Going forward. Savigny gets there first, but Dobson gets to that header and picks out Kanu, who's on a run across the pitch. Sends May out on the right-hand side. Alfie May. Ball into the box. Oh, he's looking for Campbell, just intercepted by McCart. Campbell gets to the ball, the dropping ball first, but Kane back there helping out for Barnsley, clears it away, only as far as Fraser, who heads it to the right. And Watson. Ball inside, and a 1-2 with Dobson. Crossing towards the penalty and looking for Kanu, headed away, but it'll be picked up by Edun. Little touch into Blackett-Taylor. Facing the wrong way, Blackett-Taylor. Tees up Edun just behind him. But Teo Edun retrieves it. Left side of the penalty area. Ball back across to Fraser. Out to Blackett-Taylor now on the left side. Up against O'Keefe. Ball into the box is picked off by Phillips. He'll look to send. Well, he tried to send McAtee on his way, but it's picked off by Thomas into Edun. Fraser then tries to send the ball into the box, gets a second go at it. Campbell on the left side gets crowded out, this time by O'Keefe. And now the ball forward has picked out Cole, but his ball across has gone behind Dodgson. He will retrieve it though on the left side for Barnsley, up to halfway. Back inside to Kane and across now into the middle, and Javigno. Touch forward to Connell in the centre circle. Ball left to Cole. Got space, he's got Dodgson out on the left-hand side. In space, ball into the box. That was McAtee who got there, but Thomas just got there first. And turns it away for a corner.
And that's what I'm still a little bit worried about, Tel, is that counter now for Barnsley. Yeah, we want to go and win. We want to try and continue this momentum. And that there is a bit of a warning sign. Dodgson had space, was able to get the ball in the box. Devante Coleman, good finisher at this level.
Campbell's just looking, Chip Campbell that is, just looking a little tired as he went back to the penalty area. Ball in, is headed across by Cole. Got there just before Thomas, but it was at the back of his head really. Couldn't guide it anywhere other than away for a goal kick. That shows the danger of Devante Cole. 12 league goals this season, comfortably Barnsley's highest goal scorer. The next best is 4 players on 3 goals, one of which was McAtee. He was close to the 4th for himself, but it's a goal kick. Maynard-Brewer sends it up towards Kanu. Savigny gets there first. Header goes to Fraser. Fraser trying to send it into the corner, asking Kanu and Blackett-Taylor to chase it, but there's far too much on it. It's away for a Barnsley goal kick. We've had 29 minutes of this second half. The Addicts back on level terms. 74 minutes gone. 1-1 here at Oakwood. Williams tries to send it down the line, but he was pressured by Blackett-Taylor, and all he can do is send it into the empty seats in this West End. Charlton will have a throw. Tony Edun comes forward to take it. Throws it backwards to Terrell Thomas. Just bounces awkwardly, so he's taking no risks. Gives it to Maynard-Brewer on the edge of the penalty area. He's going to wait for Charlton players to get back onside and drills it forward. And in the process of waiting, no Charlton player was close enough to that and runs through to his opposite number, Roberts, who throws it out to Dodgson, who's in space on that left-hand side for Barnsley. Trying to get the ball into the box. It's deflected away by Tanae Watson for another Barnsley corner. And that's the risk. On that left-hand side, Alfie May probing forward. Dodgson finding space to run into. Of course, if Charlton can get possession back, that leaves Alfie May with a huge amount of room. It's like a game of Russian roulette at the minute on that Charlton right-hand side. But it's a corner, Barnsley. from that side. Sent into the edge of the 6-yard box. It's Alfie May with the header away, but picked up by Dodson. Goes back out on the left and gets a 1-2. Dodson gets it back, crosses into the box. This time it comes off Fraser. It'll be another corner.
And these are the moments Charlton need to grind. Remember, they're away from home. Barnsley will want to go for the win. For Fraser was good denying the cross. It was out quickly to block it from Dodson.
Kane with another corner. This time it's a little bit deeper into the edge of the penalty area. That's a good header away by Kanu. Runs out to Williams. To his left is Dodson. That's great defensive work by Edun, but it runs out to Kane. Ball into the box. Straight to Maynard-Brewer on the edge of his 6-yard box. He's got Chem Campbell away on this left-hand side. So he goes down by Connell. Tries to go past him and does. Chem Campbell. Still in possession, Chem Campbell. Williams slides across, doesn't get anything on the ball, just takes out Chem Campbell. And it's a throw into Barnsley.
It was O'Keefe in the end, but...
Is it O'Keefe, I think it's one? Yeah, it is, you're right, O'Keefe.
I think because he pulled out the actual challenge going for the ball.
He just slid into Chem Campbell.
It was a bit bizarre, wasn't it? Sums up this game, really.
Yeah, you're right.
Some bizarre moments.
Dujabinyi has it for Barnsley. He's bringing it forward into the centre circle. Still, the centre half comes forward and it's picked up. Cole. Dujabinyi again, but this time he's taken out by Dobson. Gives it to Kanu. Kanu's got Blackett-Taylor on the left. Blackett-Taylor up against Williams now. Going past Williams. Not just once, but he goes past him again. Blackett-Taylor, good ball into the box. Cleared away by Dodson, only as far as Fraser. Touches it past his man in the edge of the penalty area. Needs some support here. Fraser finds it in Edun. Bring it forward, Teo Edun. Out to the right-hand side is Watson. Inside of him is Dobson. Watson, little touch to May, goes for the return. Watson, edge of the penalty area, ball back across. Oh, just too high for Blackett-Taylor. And away, and O'Keefe will bring it away for Barnsley. Sends it forward, looking for McAtee. Actually, Maynard-Brewer's come out of his penalty area and will head it away. And will sprint back to his penalty area to try and get back before Barnsley can take a quick throw in, but they have no intention of doing so because they're going to make a change here, the home side.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they're making a change, although I'm surprised as Devante Cole is coming off. I feel like a game that needs a goal, you want your players who potentially get you that, with Devante Cole coming off, but how many times have we said overhit cross today from Charlton?
Yeah.
Like, I think the ball just bobbled before Tene Watson went to hit it, but Blackett-Taylor makes a run inside. I'd like to see him just hang around at that far post. I think Charlton have enough bodies in that 6-yard box to try and attack.
Throw taken for Barnsley. It's back with Williams. Back and inside is Dujabinyi. Across from him is McCart into the feet of Connell in the centre circle. Goes past Campbell. So neat footwork. He's got Dodson again in space on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Taking on Tene Watson. Goes past him and then runs out of room, surely. No, again. Nothing given. This time, though, Charlton clear it up to Kanu. He's ahead of Dujabinyi, who brings him down. And Charlton will have a free kick.
Tell you what, Daniel Kanu's had a good cameo, hasn't he, Tel?
Yep.
He's really got involved up top, trying to hold up the ball. That was a difficult ball to control. He just got his body across.
Dobson with a quick free kick, trying to catch Barnsley out, and he has done. Alfie May on the right-hand side, up against McCart, into the penalty area. Alfie May looking for room to shoot, left foot, takes a shot, back to him, Alfie May, still on it. Little header, takes the shot and another block. Deflects back to Fraser. Almost happened in slow motion, that chance for Alfie May. Well, several chances, in fact.
I don't know what the defender was doing. I think
no
he lost
idea.
track of the ball and just gave up on it.
Charlton switch it across to Teo Edun. Charlton fans pleading Charlton to make an extra effort. And the ball forward from Edun's deflected out by Williams. Charlton will have a throw.
Well, it's good defending in the end with the blocks. Alfie May, because that was one where when he touched over the defender, he caught it with his left foot, half volley almost. It was a wonderful strike.
2 balls on the pitch, so not sure quite how that one was. One of the stewards in the left-hand corner by the tunnel just kicked the ball onto the pitch inexplicably. Charlton now do take the throw. Edun gets it back, little flick inside to May. Touches it to Fraser. Fraser trying to send Blackett-Taylor into the penalty area and does so. Oh, it's an important interception by O'Keefe. He gets it out to Williams, who just turns away from Fraser. Edun trying to get back at him. O'Keefe goes left to Dodson. Sends McAtee away down the left-hand side, who's in space. McAtee, lots of it as well. Heads towards the corner, to the touchline. That's an important block and a superb block by Dobson. to stop the ball getting across the penalty area, but he has to concede the corner.
Well, Charlton are going for it. They're sending plenty of bodies forward, but as I said, I worry about that counter-attack, and Watson was struggling to get back against McAtee, drifted inside, and as you say, a combination of Dobson, and I think Terrell Thomas, to his credit, would have got there anyway, prevented Jalo, the substitute, from potentially getting a chance, but Barnsley corner.
Corner into the 6-yard box, and he gets Coleman with the header away. And as far as Dodson goes back to Kane. Kane will send it into the box again. This time, again, it's Kanu out towards Blackett-Taylor. Fraser then just sends it clear and into space. There's nobody there other than Roberts out of his penalty area for Barnsley. Takes a touch and look to send this long again. He's taken another touch and instead goes short to McCart. Straight to Edun. Bring it forward, Teo Edun. Dobson in the centre circle. Alfie May making a run. Dobson reverses it back the other way to Blackett-Taylor. Up against Williams. Making a run as Campbell. Looked like it was levered out of the way. The referee again says nothing wrong with that. Again, everybody was expecting the whistle to blow. Even the Barnsley players. Everybody stopped. That play goes on. There's McCart. Finds O'Connell once more. Forward to McAtee. Switches it left to Dodson. Again in space. Dodson with Kane running into the box. And McAtee at the edge of it, but he can't control it. And Dobson takes it away for Charlton, and who's pinned on the edge of the penalty area. Goes back to Maynard-Brewer, sends it clear, and he might pick out Alfie May here. McCart comes across, gets there first, and heads it into the tuck for a Charlton throw. And Leaker and Bick will come on. Interesting to see who's going to come off here. And it's going to be Chem Campbell. I thought he was just stretching and struggling a little bit a few minutes ago, and it is Chem Campbell who's going to make way for Meeker and Bick. See how Charlton reshuffle as a result of that. Maybe Daniel Connor will come out wide.
Yeah,
on the left midfield, or Blackett-Taylor will drop in. Be
well,
interesting
maybe,
to see.
I'm thinking maybe May.
Barnsley are also going to make a change.
I'm thinking maybe May might drop inside, and that allows Carney to the right and Vic up top. Is my guess.
Unless we play two up top, we'll see. But, also coming off his well, Max Watkins is coming off his Herbie Kane for Barnsley.
Two attacking subs. Watts as a striker. Maybe McAtee would just join the midfield now. But from Charlton's point of view, it does look like Carney's gone to the right-hand side, and Vic up top up top with May in the number 10 position now.
Yeah, we'll restart with the Charlton throw on the right-hand side. Watson with it.
The reason he's brought in Vic as well is maybe concerned about height, lack of height.
Back to Hector, back to Maynard-Brewer, and it's Hector again on the right side of the penalty area for Charlton. Looking at the cross-field ball to Thomas, to Edun. Ahead is Blackett-Taylor, who turns and then makes a run, but I think that ball's going to go behind him and above him, and out for a Barnsley throw. Williams wanted to take a quick one, but he had nobody available to throw it to, so he's going to have to wait. Now goes down the line. O'Keefe can't get to it. Edun does, but can only divert it out of play for another throw. O'Keefe again wanted to go quick, but once again, nobody really available, so he's just hung on to it. Now Jarlo comes short, turns away from Blackett-Taylor, but Dobson in on the tackle, wins it back for Charlton into May, turns, finds Fraser, slightly fortuitously, but Fraser goes back to Hector, out left to Edun. May making a run through the middle. Does look like Charlton playing four up top at the minute. There's Hector, has it for Charlton in central position, trying to send May again down the right-hand side, but this will run away from him. It'll be a throw-in to Barnsley in their left-hand corner by the corner flag, but May looks like he's, unless he's supposed to be dropping in midfield, and just on that particular occasion was a little bit further forward, which is potentially true. It's going to be McCart with the throw for Barnsley on their left-hand side. It's only taken about 5 or 6 yards out of it. Throws it down the line. Picked up by Carnu. Little ball inside to Fraser, but it's gone behind him, and Barnsley can break. But Edun spots that, comes across, does well. Teo Edun is going to run out of room just in front of the Charlton dugout. And then something happened in the dugout that we can't see, and I think it might be Charlton subs not allowing the ball to come back on. So there could be a yellow card ensuing here from the referee to the bench. Or is, oh no, actually, is it O'Keefe has gone off? Maybe,
I think it's maybe Josh Hornby, who's Charlton's. Yeah, it could be Josh Hornby, Charlton's sports scientist. Maybe a yellow card for Edun for.
Did Edun just lean into O'Keefe to make him fall over, out of view? You can't really see what happened, I'm afraid. It's obscured.
There's someone down there. Might not have been Josh. I might be doing him a disservice there. But
I think Edun's taken him up with the team there. That booking, we'll resume with a throw-in with 4.5 minutes left of normal time. Towards Waters, flicked inside. It's picked up by Kanu. Kanu trying to get away from Dodgson, does so, and Dodgson snakes out a leg and brings down Kanu, and he's going to get booked for it.
How many yellow cards have we seen in this game?
I mean, it was a foul again. I'm not entirely sure it's worth a booking, but the referee has sort of made a rod for his own back in that respect, I think. So Charlton with a free kick in the centre circle, just inside the Charlton half. Dobson with it, looking for options. He's got Watson away on the right-hand side if he wants to use him. And he's also got Edun here on the left. Edun. Meeker and Bick making a run into the channel, but it's covered off by Williams, who sends the ball skywards, and it'll be able to play for a Charlton throw. Tell you, Edun, this time it throws it backwards to Thomas. Crossing in the middle is Hector. Watson peeling away off to the right-hand side. Will be closed down by McAtee. Watson down the line to Kanu. Little touch inside is a good one from Kanu. Watson picks it up again. Dobson inside of him, looks to switch it across to Blackett-Taylor on the left side. Can he catch up with it, Blackett-Taylor? No, he can't. Almost an inch perfect ball, but just too much on it. And away for a goal kick.
Yeah, 20 minutes ago, maybe. I think he's made a lot of those runs. Gradually trying to get fitter as a footballer. We've noticed that.
I think Therese Campbell might come on for the last few if he is blowing a little bit, as Barnsley try to play it through the middle, and spotted by Fraser. Fraser up to Meeker and Bick, back to Fraser, who's just beaten to it, this time by McAtee, and Barnsley will come forward. McAtee lifts it across, looking for Jarlow. Watson there first, gets his head to it. And Kanu back there, adjudged to a foul. Dodgson on the corner of the penalty area. This will be a dangerous one.
This is make or break time for Charlton really at this stage of the game. Do you settle for the point away from home, but then you're chasing that playoff pack where a win would be so vital in that, and a defeat would make it even worse. It's a real tough one to balance.
Well, we've been a victim of chasing wins before and coming a cropper, so I wonder if that lingers in the memory. This is a dangerous free kick. It's right on the left corner of the penalty area as Barnsley attack. Charlton with a 2-man wall currently, just looking across. Fraser and Dobson, as Connell is one of the players over this free kick. I'm trying to see who the other one is. Connell with a little back heel shot comes in. That's a great block from a combination of Dobson and Fraser, but it's back to Connell on the left side, back and inside to Phillips, who lifts it in. Maynard-Brewer comes to collect it and does. And Charlton have a break on the right hand side if he can look for it, and he has done it. It's Dobson streaming forward, but that's going to have too much on it, unfortunately. And runs to Roberts in the penalty area, who throws it out to Williams. Meeker and Bick comes across, can't stop the ball going to O'Keefe, who cuts inside. Switches it across to Dodgson. Might have too much on it, that, and it does. It runs away for a Charlton throw. Dodgson couldn't keep it in. Charlton have a throw just inside the Alex half on the right-hand side.
I have to say, I've not been impressed by Barnsley. We've seen a lot of competitive teams at this level, and they have good players. I think that's probably guided them maybe at times this season. Not sure.
Just short of 700 Charlton fans away to our left-hand side have made great noise this afternoon. Maynard-Brewer sends the ball forward, picked off by Javigno. McAtee takes over in the centre circle. Out to the right is O'Keefe. O'Keefe back inside to Phillips. Phillips, ball across to Connell. Connell thinks about the shot, takes it over the bar. I think Maynard-Brewer had that covered as we wait for the fourth official to put his board up, and Blackett-Taylor goes to ground. And Campbell, I think, will take his place. I didn't see how many minutes were added on, did you? Blackie Taylor is coming up, the scorer of Charlton's equaliser, Therese Campbell.
4 added minutes.
4 added minutes here.
Yeah, he's a difference maker, Blackie Taylor, for Charlton, isn't he?
Therese Campbell take that mantle off him.
Fresh legs at this stage of the game is always welcomed.
Maynard-Brewer with the goal kick, and it's down the left-hand side. Bick trying to get there, get something on it, but be cleared away by Phillips. Up towards Jarlow, heads it across to McAtee, and Dodgson running ahead of him. Carnu trying to get there. And does get goal side to prevent Dodgson going forward, but he's still in possession, Dodgson. Behind him is McCart. McCart, the centre-half, joining in. Back and inside is Connell. Across to Phillips. Phillips, Williams to his right. Williams cuts inside. Has to go back to De Gevigny, and across to McCart once more. McCart has got Dodgson out to his left. Dodgson gets the ball across, headed away, and May trying to guide it to Therese Campbell, but he can't. Williams steps in, finds Connell. Out to Dodgson on the left once more. Looking for an overlap by McCart, finds him, goes past Carnu, but not past Dobson. The ball's sent clear, but only as far as Connell once more, who lifts it into the box. Maynard-Brewer comes out and claims it again. Good goalkeeping. Therese Campbell making a run, as is Edun, and it's Edun who takes the throw from Maynard-Brewer up towards Campbell, but he's not going to get there. Williams steps in, brings it forward. Dobson with a sliding tackle, puts it out of play. Barnsley will have a throw.
Campbell has to be looking for that ball. Campbell has to be looking for that ball, Tel. Edun had no other opportunity to do much with it, and Campbell wasn't really looking for the ball and allowed Williams to get to it first.
So Keith for the home side, out to Phillips, takes it past Edun, who gets back at him, but Phillips still in possession and gets the throw. I thought that came off of Phillips last, and so did Edun.
I agree, I think he took a chance there, Phillips. So hey, Watson off the ball, went down as well. His players are cramping up. It's going to be an awkward minute and a half, just more than that, left for Charlton in this game.
Might be a long throw by De Gevigny. He does. De Gevigny throws it to the edge of the 6-yard box. It's flicked on to the far side of the 6-yard box. Dodgson coming in, and it needs Hector to get across and block it for a corner.
Yeah, I tell you what, Tel, that should have been a foul throw. De Gevigny's foot was on the pitch as he took it. I thought it was clear as day, but the assistant didn't see it. It was flicked on at the near post, and again, that would have been another one to talk about. But Charlton need to stay alert for these awkward next 30 seconds or so.
Let's see who's taking the corner. Is it Connell? He'll swing this in from the Barnsley left-hand side. Right, so one to Dodgson, edge of the area, takes the shot, blocked away, takes another one. Dobson this time with a block. And O'Keefe will get back and retrieve it for Barnsley. O'Keefe looking to send it into the penalty area. No little touch to Dodgson, gets it back O'Keefe. Now Dodgson again, heading towards the penalty area, takes a shot, another deflection, and this time it runs kindly for Maynard-Brewer, with Waters looking to pounce, and there's Charlton players on their haunches. They put a real shift in Charlton.
And they'll take the point now, Charlton.
Without question.
After all that, I mean, some brilliant
seconds.
blocks in there. I think one by a Barnsley player, as we said. I think Dodgson with a shot, come off his own man.
Maynard-Brewer send it forward, sends it up in the sky, and Bick comes towards it, goes beyond him. Campbell will challenge and gets the header there. De Gevigny heads it away. O'Keefe will look to try and keep it in, but can't. Charlton will have a throw as we hit the dying seconds of the game. And Charlton muster one more chance. Well, I'm not entirely sure the flesh is willing, if you get the drift. As Teo Edun are going to take this throw just about halfway inside the Barnsley half on the left-hand side. And Bick comes short, throws towards him, and Bick turns away. Campbell takes over. And Bick again. It's in the left-hand corner. And it should be a Charlton throw, and it is. But that's the final whistle. It's ended all square here at Oakwell, and that's the least Charlton deserved from this game. I feel aggrieved when Barnsley took the lead on 23 minutes. Adam Phillips converting after the ball appeared to be clearly out, and Kane retrieved it for the home side. While the Charlton players looked on in astonishment, Phillips finished beyond Maynard-Brewer to give Barnsley, well, at that point was a really undeserved lead. And Charlton, who had been in the ascendancy up to that point and beyond it, looked to get back into the game. Eventually did so when Corey Blackett-Taylor, slightly fortuitously with a deflection maybe, found himself running clear into the penalty area. He got it onto his right foot, got a shooting opportunity and drilled it home to give Charlton the equaliser. A deserved one, it has to be said. Neither side could then furnish a winner. Barnsley did pile on a little bit of pressure in the final minutes, but it's Charlton who come away with a point here from Oakwell, and I think probably will feel they probably deserved maybe a little bit more than that, but will certainly be relieved to come away with something rather than nothing. And a decent performance from the Addicts on the road, but a point is all it is. And with that, I'll hand you back to the studio to discuss all of the talking points in the game with Scott, Brownie and Curbs.
Thanks, Tel. Thanks, Greg. Safe journey home. Well done, guys. Great stuff as ever. And Curbs, what I have to say is, how would you see that 1-1? We deserve that?
Probably a fair result. And also, I think Mike will look at it and go, look, they're top 7. So we've matched up, give as good as we've got. And that's where we've got to get to. But it would have been a really good point if we'd have held on here Saturday and got the 3 points. And that's the bit of momentum that you need. But, you know, going away from home to a top 7 club, you take a point.
You can still argue, of course, that shouldn't have been a penalty last week. Shouldn't have been. We'll come on to the goal again afterwards. That it could have been, what would it be? Well, 4 extra points.
Yeah. And, you know, not knowing how the results are gone, that could have took us like some way nearer to the top 6.
Remember, you can send us your views on WhatsApp, +44 7384 517 580. Brownie, how did you see the 90 minutes as a whole?
Yeah, I think a draw is a fair result. What sticks in the gullet a little bit is the manner. It wasn't, the ball's out. So therefore, the one that they did score should have been chalked off, and that would have got us the win. But in terms of bit of character coming from behind, you know, last week, you know, we lost a 2-0. This week we've clawed a point out of a situation where we were behind. But I think that was a fair result based on, you know, what we witnessed and the statistics. Or bear out a draw was fair enough. You know, it wasn't a game that was littered with gilt-edged chances. So there were few and far between. But yeah, I agree with Curbs. I think if you're coming away from Barnsley tonight, a point's a good point up there when you've fallen behind. Yeah, I just think it's a shame we didn't. It's not a backup point to 3 points here last night.
Today, the interesting thing for me today, when we was good, we were good. You know, we had 10 or 15 minute periods where we looked really confident. Everyone looked as if they was enjoying themselves, expressing themselves, but the goals never came. You know, so yeah. Listen, I'll be coming into the game, I'm thinking, if Barnsley are top 7, I'd like to see how good they are, if they're top 7. And I don't think we were far off them, but we are in terms of points. And it looks like now we're going to need to put a real decent run together to consider ourselves as top 6.
Let's go through the goals then, shall we, and the action of the game. Let's look at 1-0, Barnsley's first. And I'm interested in what Michael's got to say here, Brownie.
I think he's going to...
Well, he got booked because of it, didn't
he? He's going to... Yeah, he had the ump, didn't he? So
he's got booked because they've obviously seen it as we've seen it, look.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a sore point because that's 2 weeks on the trot. We've had 2 terrible decisions go against us. And I will say, I'm with you, Scotty. I don't like picking out referees' poor performances, but that was a dreadful performance today. You know, he's missed a corner for us, and etc. etc. I can. You made a point earlier, Curbs. He's blindside to the referee. I mean, he's 18 yards away, and the lino's on the far side. However, his job is to see those things. He is only 18 yards away.
You've got to keep up with play, haven't you?
Absolutely, he is only 18 yards away, and his job is to see that. You know, and that. It's close, but it's clear.
George has just give up on it. He's just give up because he knows it's out.
And I get the fact that if the referee doesn't know for certain it's out, then he can't give it. But the way that George was, it would almost just be simpler to say that must have gone out, surely.
In all fairness, George...
And you know how controversial it's going to be if it leads to a goal, which it did.
It'd be interesting to hear George's view, because he could have, in the end, I suppose, come away with the ball. Because the guy was on the floor, wasn't he? He could have wrapped his foot round it and come away with it. And then he might have thought, you know what, I've just had a 60-yard dash to get back here, I'll take the goal kick.
Yeah.
So he took the goal kick. As the guys clawed it back, you can see George hit the corner flag and go, well, that's out. But it wasn't, was it?
No, I personally don't think you can have a go at George. Maybe slightly say, well, at least put your foot there, your body there, but that the ball's out. I don't know what more you can do.
So in his brain, he's done what he needs to do. He's seen it out. He's shepherded it out. You know what we're being is ultra picky.
Yeah.
You know, you could have really cast ironed it by stopping the guy, putting your leg across him. He didn't need to. The ball was out.
Before we look at the equaliser, what did you make of us second half? Because for large periods of that, it looked as if we sort of played better first half, even though we were chasing the game seconds.
I thought we struggled to start with, but I think the substitution with Carnu coming on made a bit of difference. He looks like he's a willing runner. He's a bit more physicality.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously with the two big boys out, with Miles and Chuck's out, it wouldn't surprise me if he gives him a run now, because he's got to make his mind up, Michael, when that window opens up. Was there 3 or 4 games before the window opens up? Is Tejic going to be the man that's going to play down the middle? Am I going to put Halfie down there and perhaps bring someone in on the right? Or do I go with Carnu? And the trouble with that is you're trying to win football matches while you're trying to make your mind up. But I think that what he's done when he's come on as sub probably merits a chance next game.
Is Tedic the man?
No, I'm talking about Carnu.
No, I know, but the question is, the first question was, is Tedic the man?
Yeah. Okay, so...
And then we'll come on to Daniel Carnu.
Okay, I'll answer the Tedic question without pinpointing one player. Everyone he tries lacks consistency in performance, and that's why we see so many changes. So it's not about Tedic being the man. Tyrese Campbell comes in, doesn't quite hit the spot. Chem Campbell comes in, doesn't quite hit the spot. Tedic comes in, doesn't quite hit the spot. What do you do as a manager when you keep rotating and everyone gives you an 8 out of 10 one week and a 4 the next, and then a 5? You make another change, the next one comes in, 5. So difficult for him.
Well, what do you do then, Curbs? Do you give, even after a 4 out of 10, say, well, let's give him another go?
No, I think the team selection today was, for Michael, I've got to look at Tedic in his right position. He's been playing on the right, he's been coming on as sub, he's had a couple of games. So before today's game, is he thinking I'm going to give Tedic a run till the window opens to see if I've got a centre forward? Or does he now look at Daniel? Or does he put Alfie back up there and bring Campbell in on the right? That's the point he's got to get to. Or has he got someone lined up? Has he got someone lined up in the window just waiting for it to open?
If must have someone lined up.
Well, what about if we flip that a little bit? So take Blackett-Taylor out of that performance today, which is a potential.
Yeah.
You know, in January
we could lose him, couldn't we?
Well, you take him out of that performance today. I don't think we're getting 1-1. But
yeah, there's lots of things going on. I think, not knowing the results today, but we could be well off the top 6 if the results had gone against
11
them.
points, I think, as it stands.
Okay. Well, that's a big hit. That's 4 wins, yeah? At least 4 wins. If that doesn't get closer by the time the window opens up, you know, there's big decisions to be made in terms of who we bring in. If we've got money, do we spend it? Do we think we can get to the playoffs? So the next 3 or 4 games are going to be vitally important, I think, for Michael and the board to decide where they're going to go.
We just changed. There must have been some last-minute goals. So we're 9 points off Derby in 6 at the moment. So it's 3 wins, but the principle's still the same.
Did Wickham equalise?
Yeah, so we're well off it at the moment. So does Michael have a look at the young lad, or does he put Alfie back up there and bring someone else in on the right, etc.? But I think we were a bit quiet up top today. Corey Blackett gave his usual performance, and you know, always looks dangerous. And as I understand it, he's out of contract, and if he doesn't sign it very soon, then you're a bit suspect. You might have to take an offer.
Let's talk about him. Although you're absolutely right, Brownie. A 98th minute penalty from Wickham was an equaliser against Derby. So that means that Derby, we're now only nine points away. So let's have a look at the equaliser then, shall we? And we'll also talk about Corey in the chances that we've created, because generally speaking, he was our most dangerous guy. But this is if someone is looking to buy him, they're going to see him and say he's a championship player, surely.
Yeah, I think the only thing is that, you know, I know it don't count for too much nowadays, but we did give him a chance. We did give him a chance. He came to the club unfit, unwanted, if you like. and it took him some time to get up to speed. I think even today, I think the commentators were saying that, you know, he's put another 90 minutes in, he looks a little bit tired, whatever. So I think as a club, I think we've done our best in terms of giving him a chance. Do you get repaid with that? Not really, I don't think so. But if he's out of contract, it means, well, firstly, in January he can go abroad, can't he? He can move off, if that's the case. I'm not too sure if that's going to happen. Or someone can come in, and with 6 months left, do you take the money? Or risk letting him go for nothing in 6 months' time?
Okay. What do you do?
Well, there's a downside to keeping him with 6 months left, and the offer you're making him isn't good enough for him, is that...
You don't want to get injured.
Right. So you're tailing off your last 6 months because you need to be fit in the summer.
But to be fair to him, he could be thinking that now with a Championship club wanting to put in a bid for him for January. So he's only
but he can't go now.
No, but he can if Charlton sells him.
No, but he can't go now because he's got another 3 or 4 weeks. But
yeah,
he can go in 3 weeks' time.
No, but my point is, if he thinks that a deal could be done in January, he's only 3 games off that move.
So you're saying he could down
So
tools.
he could down tools now, and clearly he hasn't.
Well, there's still a little element, I guess, of trying to impress any suitors, because I don't think there's just one. I think.
Well, that'd be my opinion. Whatever. Anyway, I don't think you should ever down tools personally.
No, I don't think you down. I think down tools is the wrong phrase. I think you subconsciously don't make challenges that were 50-50. You would sort of go, ooh. But you're still out there playing. You still want to attack. You still want to score. You still want to assist. But you're not going to put yourself in a position where, for argument's sake, today, where he starts to get a little bit tired towards the end, I think he'll give it one of them with 10 minutes to go if he's tired in the back end of the season. Stuff like that.
I like to think the club are doing their best, and I like to think he's grateful for the opportunity. But you'll have to wait and see.
Okay. I do believe that Michael is ready now, so let's hear from him with Terry.
Michael, I'm guessing we're going to have to be fairly careful in your reaction to that game, but if you can sum it up, please.
Just sort of delighted with the way that the players went about it, if I'm being honest. I think if I just sort of concentrate on the performance for the second, I think from a performance point of view, you know, there's been times this season where we put maybe a 30-minute performance when we blew teams away, or 45 or 60. I thought for pretty much, you know, the majority of the game today, performance-wise, we were excellent, created numerous opportunities, had them on the back foot a lot of the game, controlled the game. So I've got to be delighted from that point of view. You can always tell when players know they played well, and they know they played well today. We've just been let down. You know, there's no other way of putting it. You know, I can try and be calm, and I will be calm. But we've been it's inexcusable. Like, it is inexcusable. I defy anybody on the planet, whether it's the refereeing board, whether it's the FA, the Football League, anyone, those type of decisions, it's not like it's a challenge or it could have gone this and could have gone that. It's like very, very difficult to take, because for me, we should be walking away there. We're 1-0 victory at the absolute least, and talking about 3 points, never mind playing well and getting a point.
You got booked. Did the referee give any explanation at that moment or since?
No. Obviously, clearly, he said that the linesman on the far side, it was his decision to make and call, and he didn't give it, which is obviously difficult for, you know, the distance away he is from the ball. I thought the referee was in a much better position. The reaction to the players sometimes is a great example. Every single Barnsley player, certainly in the vicinity, other than obviously the lad who was furthest away because he's the one who got the goal, but everyone thought the ball went out of play. You know, it's easy for me to turn around to players at times and say, like, see it out, do the right thing, don't give the referee a call. That's not giving the referee a call. He's done everything right. You can say it's an honest mistake, but it's not a mistake. You know, I can't have a go at double for that. It's not even a honest mistake. It's just a poor referee, well, horrendous refereeing call.
Back to the positives. You want, in moments like that, for your side to show a bit of character. We've been on top up to that point, and it'd been quite easy to collapse and to maybe feel sorry for ourselves, and we didn't do any of that because we went back on the front foot again. At half-time, you're thinking it's not going to be our day because we were certainly in control for most of it.
No, do you know what? It was really positive at half-time because, like you say, you know, we knew we were on top. We knew we were the far better side. It's just having that sort of belief that, you know, you can go and do that again for another 45 minutes because, you know, let's be honest, you know, there's been times where we've done it, like I just said earlier, for spells in games where we haven't like dominated the game for long periods enough. So we've done that today, and I thought we come out the blocks right in the first minute or two in the second half, and we were on the front foot. We had a ball across their box in the first sort of 60 seconds of the second half, and that set the tone again, and we kept them under pressure. They had a couple of counter-attacks, which you'd expect. Ashes had to make one big save with his knee. But, yeah, I mean, like I say, delighted with the performance, frustrated with, obviously, how it's panned out because of what's happened, but they couldn't give me any more, the players.
The word reaction's used quite a bit, and from the disappointment of last week, losing that two-goal lead, the team, you must be delighted with the character they showed up against a side that most people probably, on paper, expected to beat us.
Yeah, no, delighted. I mean, you know, they've had to bounce back, the lads, a couple of times this year where, you know, things have gone against us, or we've not played well in certain instances. But they've shown a lot of spirit, and you know, there's been some big away games now that, you know, we go and turn over Wigan and play ever so well. We come back in a game at Pompey. We do ever so well here today and play really well and dominate the game. So it's one of them where it's easy for me, but I've got to look to positives all the time, because then I'm the one who's got to motivate them and get them going again, and getting to obviously try to get a similar sort of performance. But you know, that's 6 league games now on the spin. You know, like unbeaten. Yes, we'd like a couple of those draws to be wins, but I do believe that over a period of time, if you continue in the sort of vein that we are doing at this moment in time, then them draws will turn into wins.
Is it possible to think in that positive nature? Because in isolation, coming to Barnsley and getting a point, you'd probably think it'd be a good result, but you're going to go away from here thinking we should have got all 3. So can you take positives from that?
Yeah, we can, and we will do, and we'll allow the players to dust themselves down for a couple of days and go again next week at home to Burton. And obviously, you know, the Valley's been great to us since I've walked through the door. You know, only 1 defeat there against Bolton, who, like I say, are a good side anyway. But yeah, we want to make sure that, you know, when Burton come to town next week, that we're ready for them. And if we're on the front foot and so the same attitude and application we have done today, you know, we'll give ourselves a great chance of picking up 3 points.
And just short of 700 fans behind us followed Charlton up here to South Yorkshire, and they gave a decent volume based on the performance that the lads put in.
Yeah, well, I think they seen the spirit that the players were showing and the performance that the players were giving, and they sort of reacted from that and responded from that. And I think then the players responded from that in the second half when we needed them, because obviously a goal down, sometimes you leave yourself a little bit open at the back for counters, etc. But they stuck with it, and obviously we got our rewards for it.
Cheers, Michael. Thanks for joining us.
Well, I'll tell you what, he went strong there, didn't he, Michael? And Curbs, what did you make of his reaction to it?
Well, yeah, because it's a big shout, isn't it? It's George's reaction. He could have come away with the ball, George. The guy's on the floor. He knows it's going to go out. He knows the ball's got the momentum to go out. Because he could have turned away and took it, couldn't he?
So how frustrating is that then from a manager's point of view? Because that's as strong as I've seen Michael go.
Yeah, because I think, I'm not too sure if they got monitors in the dugout. I'm not too sure. But he maybe have been able to see that from the dugout. You know, the ball was out. But I think it's George's reaction. After George's looked down at the ball, George's then just give up on it and walked away like that. So, and the nearest Charlton players give up on it, because everyone knows it's gone out.
That was interesting, wasn't it, Michael? We're all saying, and from a relaxed point of view up here, that there's no way that everyone must have seen that, including the ref, and he didn't. I just found that really interesting, Michael, going very well. You know, how frustrated he must be right now.
Infuriated, I would say, because those decisions change seasons, don't they, in terms of you're right, we could have had 4 extra points with 2 good refereeing decisions. I don't necessarily agree that we were in control of that game. Ashley Maynard-Brewer's plucked one out the top corner. Yeah. Hector's let one go and he's made a brave save down at his feet. Of the 2 keepers, Ashley Maynard was the busier keeper. So I'm not sure where we're getting the total control from.
No, I agree with you on that, but I
thought a point was a fair result.
Yeah.
You know, but it will be infuriating, because it shouldn't have been a goal. They would have needed to have found somewhere else to find a goal.
Absolutely.
You know, so that is infuriating, no 2 ways about it.
I think that tells us where Michael's head is right now in terms of just how frustrating it is, and maybe with January window coming up as well, we don't know what's going to happen there. Let's carry on talking about the game though, and us over the 90 minutes, and we talked about Corey, and we can carry on talking about him. You know, he played a big part in this game, didn't he, again, going forward?
He did. I'm not too sure if he was getting closed down, so he felt he couldn't pass this to Alfie, but he should have done. But he always looked dangerous, didn't he? Whenever he picks the ball, I think we've got the situation now. When he picks the ball up, the opposition have got 2 people waiting for him because they realise he's our major threat, if you like. Him and Alfie May are our major threats. Teddy has a good turn and shot there, but for most part, we didn't see much of our front three today. But once again, Corey Blackett, as I say, he's been really dangerous, and you know, I think that if he isn't signed up by January, then we've got to start thinking that he may
I
be
don't think
going
he's going to sign another contract. So the question for me, and I might be wrong, is do the club take money of a bid coming in January, or do they try to keep him to the end of the season?
That's an easy one if there is a bid on the table. Or is he just saying, I don't want to sign a new contract? That's a great ball from George. And this is another half chance. I think he comes on his left foot. And just too many players in the way. Yeah, you know, what is the situation? Is he turned down offers because he wants his contract to run out? Has he turned down offers because he wants to see if someone's going to come in January? The ball's in his court, actually.
Well, but what if there's a bid made?
Well, if there's a bid
in
made,
January, what do the club do? Do they say, look, take one of your very best players that could take you towards the playoffs?
Yeah, but then you've got to realise what state of frame of mind he's going to be in. Declan Rice at West Ham last year carried on regardless, you know, knowing that perhaps he's going to go in the summer and put the performances in. This is a different situation completely.
But if a bid is ready to come in and Corey knows that now for January, he's not down in tools or however you want to phrase it right now. We're only 3 games away from January.
Perhaps he's saying the offer you've made me is not good enough, so I'm not going to sign it.
Or maybe his length of contract.
No, but has he gone back?
None of us know.
Have they gone back to the club, him and his agent or whatever, gone back to the club and say, this is what we want, and the club's gone, no, we can't possibly do that. So that you're at an impasse at the moment. Or has he turned it down completely because I want my contract to run out? Because I think if I'm a free transfer, I'm going to get a better offer somewhere. The only other thing is there may be a little bit in there where, because we gave him an opportunity to play and get fit, because let's be honest, he was going off, was waiting for him to get fit, and we've waited now perhaps a season.
It was a 3-month contract initially.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know what the real reason is, but the black and white situation is he's out of contract in a couple of weeks. That's the black and white situation, and he's one of our better players.
Well, he's able to sign a contract abroad, say, or he could go in January anyway.
Probably not go there, but I think if he's turning down offers, if he's turning down our offer of signing, and it gets to January and someone makes an offer, you got to take it.
You got to take it.
Got to take it.
Okay.
Move on.
Well, that's ultimately what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Interesting. Another one who's out of contract as well, Dobbo.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah,
what do we think of him today, and what do we think about how important it is the club keeps him?
I think he's very underrated. Apart from anything else, his passing, short and long, is very, very good. Obviously, we know all about his defensive work. I think we might see a couple of opportunities where he blocks shots again. We know that. He breaks a lot of play up. Perhaps what we don't give him credit for is he receives balls on a lot of occasions in bad areas for midfield players, with his back to play, and he gets out of it. As I say, his passing range, long and short's very good. I just think he's one of them sort of players that is very underrated, and you don't know what you've got until he goes.
I couldn't agree more.
I think you can sum up both situations with, we've let players go here in recent times that have pitched up in League Two. They're both going to get taken into the Championship, and that's how you sum up whether you want to try and keep them or not. Are we looking to sign players out of the Championship down into League One to make us stronger?
This is the ball, look.
Rather than send players
He's seen that early and
up into the Championship.
Now, listen, if it's a situation where Corey Blackett and George Dobson have been offered contracts and they've turned them down, then that has to come out.
What if Dobbo hasn't been offered a contract?
Well, I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised if that's the case. Now, if they have been offered contracts and they're thinking that they're not good enough, I think it should be a better deal. Then there's room for negotiation if you want to keep him. If they're asking outrageous terms, then the club must come out and say, look, we can't do that, so you best move on.
For that. that attitude towards defending a penalty area, along with his passing from deep range, along with his attitude as a professional, someone's going to pay for that in the league above. It might not be one of the bigger clubs, but there'll be championship clubs that look at that and go, he can add to us. Same as Blackett.
If not now, then perhaps in the summer.
I can't see him going this season, but I think in the summer, if a deal's not agreed, and I think I don't know. My guess is that he'll be willing to stay, that he loves playing for Charlton, he's the captain. You hit the nail on the head with the words, underrated.
Yeah,
I think you can pay hundreds of thousands of pounds for a player that you think will do a job, if not as good, then better, and actually can't even do what he does. I think it's a big gamble.
Here's a scenario, though. Club offers him something anyway, and his agent's already been tapped up, and actually what you're saving in a transfer fee in January, you can add onto your wages, onto George's wages in the summer. That's more likely the scenario. Agents have been tapped up and said, well, if you just wait till the summer, we'll take whatever transfer fee Charlton might take in January, we'll just put it on your wages. The clubs don't lose anything. The clubs they're going to don't lose anything. They're going to fork it out whatever.
I just think that perhaps the uncertainty of it, perhaps someone's got to come out and go, look, we've made them offers and they don't want to sign them for whatever reason. So that then leaves the club in a position, if someone comes in January, to accept it or not. I ain't saying the players got to accept it.
No, I think they've got to find a way to, in my opinion, to sign Dobbo. I think it's like a free signing because you've already got him at the club. There's no guarantee the players coming in.
Same as Corey Blackett.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's a part of me that gets the feeling that Corey has turned down a contract, and I don't know, and he's got his mind on going and playing in the Championship next season. Whereas I think Dobbo would still be with Charlton. Again, I don't know. That's my feeling. We'll have to wait and see. A few WhatsApps here. Steve asked if referees have cost us 4 points in the last 2 weeks. I think we all agree. Yes.
Well, I think they cost us 2 here against Cambridge for sure. Because it was so late on. There was so much left in that game.
You still don't know.
But you don't know on that one.
Trevor in India asks if Brownie fancies a job over there.
I've been offered a job in India before, actually. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I decided not to go. Same as China, actually, many years ago. Got offered a job in China and didn't fancy that either. Yeah.
Because?
Didn't want to be away for 9 months. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Les in Ecuador, by the way, 30 degrees, says we don't need VAR, just competent officials.
Yeah, I just think that the referee, if they don't see it, they can't give it, can they?
That's what they're meant to happen.
Yeah, that's what they want.
I mean, we'll go back to the Specsavers.
There's no need for George to do what he did. Yeah. It was out, and George then gave up on it. You know, if he could have just come away with the ball, couldn't he?
Yeah. Tom says he's happy with 1-1. I think we probably would have taken that at the start of the game, wouldn't we? Gareth in Washington says Kanu put in the shift.
Yeah. He's got that physicality. He can come short and go in behind. Probably that Tedic hasn't shown. So I think Michael's got a couple of decisions to make. Does he put Kanu in and for the next 2 or 3 games and see what have I got, or and how far is Chuck's away, how far is Miles away? Do I need to go and do something?
Yeah.
He needs to have his mind settled, Michael. So if it was me, I'd probably give him a run for 3 or 4 games and go, have I got something?
And then you're basically saying Tedic.
No.
And go back.
If I've got any money to spend, I'll be spending it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And maybe Tedic go back. Who knows? By the way, Thomas says Kanu was a game changer there.
He was when he came on Saturday.
Yeah,
he was more likely to score your goals, is how I'd put it.
Yeah,
and Kanu was more likely to score your goals.
Well, you'll have to sum this one up really well, Curbs. Neil asked how Curbs would manage this team. It's a very abstract question in terms of where you'd go with that, but
yeah. I won't play out from the back so much. I'll give them the licence to kick it long and hopefully, from the keeper, not playing out the back and everything else. I'd get it up there a little bit quicker and then they can have as much possession football as they want. I just think that the game now is so slow and so open that if you are dominant, you ain't dominant, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I just think that every now and then, perhaps you can't play out from the back, you can't play possession football in your own half. Get it up there and see what your better players can do. We spoke the other week about the front three looking very lively, Corey Blackett, Alfie and whatever. How many times is the ball in the final third for them to express themselves? It's not, is it? So I'll probably be more inclined to get the ball forward a bit more.
A couple more, but I want to ask you the final question. Where are we right now in terms of playoffs, 9 points away, and how important do you feel January is?
Oh, January's massive. Like, I'll answer that first. I'll flip it. January's massive. I think it's very difficult for Michael because of what I said earlier, the inconsistency in performances of individuals. And that's really tough to deal with as a manager when you just got people flitting from 8s to 4s, and it's very, very difficult because there isn't a trust there to stick somebody in every week. I go back to the injury list again. They're crucial players we're missing. I fully expect January to see a striker come through the door. I'd be astonished if we don't. I know what you're saying about Kanu, but I'd still be astonished if we don't.
I agree.
Yeah, I think there's more positions than that need replacing. I think one of the most disappointing things for me over the last 2 years, forget this season, we didn't even get a core of a team in place in that 2 years. You know, which leaves this new regime putting a core together first, and that's picking the players in this squad that can be a core and add into that, and that takes time, I think personally. But what was the first part of the question? Sorry, I've answered it the other way around.
I don't know. Can't remember now.
Yeah. I threw myself.
9 points away from the playoffs.
So you know, I've said this before. Draws are great if you back them up with a win. If you back them up with another draw or a loss, you're losing ground. It's as simple as that. And at the moment, we're losing ground. And sadly, if all you do now is put the pressure on for the next result. So if we win Cambridge, draw today, great. But you go draw. Now Burton is massive. You know, because you don't want to be losing ground again next week. You know, and it's just a tough one.
3 wins away, but that means everybody else has got to lose.
Yeah.
You know, so
3 wins away, but that's 7 or 8 games, isn't it?
At
away
least,
at best.
maybe 10.
Yeah.
To even get anywhere near it, and then you're not far off finishing. So, disappointing that we can't seem to put 3 or 4 wins together. But we've got to do that soon, because if we don't, then we're not going to be near it.
Yeah. Josh asked Alan to wish John a happy birthday.
Hello, John. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Done.
Brilliant. Done. Final one. Tom R. in Barnsley. I get the feeling that's Tom Rubishaw. Said he could see it was out. 9 degrees. So not 29. Up in Barnsley, it was 9 degrees. Tom.
I'll tell you what, he's warmer than us. I need some long johns. Anyone got any long johns they want to send in?
You're going to have your coat on.
I was going to have a coat and a hat
and
and my gloves on at the end of the show, but God dear.
Guys, absolute pleasure as always. Good to see you. It's been a few weeks.
Just me and you down the pub, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. He's not making it now, is he? Yeah. Ginger's got him.
He's got him.
Got him before match and after match. But thank you for turning up, Curbs, anyway.
That's right.
I did think at one stage when you said you went that way and then back for an hour and a half and you just right by your house, you'd say, do you know what, I'm not doing it today. But
and you haven't even dropped the present off, so he's going to be fuming when you get
presents
back.
Presents are all got there now. He ain't going to get there now till New Year's.
But do you know what, old school resilience. He's not feeling very well. But
No.
Absolutely brilliant. Coming up on Charlton TV later tonight, we'll have the extended highlights of today's game against Barnsley. From early next week, Charlton TV subscribers will be able to watch today's production back in full. We're back here on Saturday for our home league game against Burton Albion, or Brownie is anyway. You can purchase your match pass now for £10. Charlotte will be here for that one, joined with Brownie.
Oh, not Liz.
It's Liz again, of course it is.
Is it Liz?
Oh, God, listen to his Liverpool goal.
3 Liverpool goals.
He'll say which one. That's what he'll say. It was a good answer. Look, I'm not here before Christmas now, and neither is Curbs, so I'm sure on behalf of Curbs and myself, I can wish you all a very Merry Christmas, all the best for 2024, and keep the faith. Listen, it's unbeaten in 6, unbeaten in 4 on the road, but we do need to start winning games, and January is a big, big month. Until then, bye for now.